Oh. What's the first thing women notice? Your face. That's why you got to take care of. Simple things like getting a haircut, grooming your face, and brushing your teeth is important. But there's one thing guys miss and that women always notice. It's when a guy isn't taking care of his skin. That's why I'm so excited to have T. Shanley as a sponsor of today's video. T. Shanley simplifies the process of taking care of your skin. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing you don't. Seriously, I don't think some of you believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve your confidence in all aspects of your life. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: daily face wash, exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with an SPF 20 and a PM moisturizer. But there's and to make it dead simple for you guys, they provide an instruction card in every box that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. But because T just sponsoring this video, they're offering you an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description and get 40% off your first skincare system and free gift. Plus, as a member, you'll get 20% off for life. By the way, one of their new gift options is a silicone body scrubber, which is a $20 value and a complete game changer. Once you use this, you'll never go back to a regular loofah ever again. So don't wait any longer. Click the first link in the description to start your skincare journey today. It's go time. What's going on, family? How y'all doing? Let me go ahead and introduce the crew. We got Miss Kelly J, Ali, Pink, Calvin, Ty, Coco, Viz, me, myself, from the PJI. What's going on, family? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
What it do?
What's happening now?
Wednesday. Also got Brittany about to pop in too. So I'll make sure y'all show her warm welcome when she arrives. Anyhow, how you doing on this Wednesday? Anybody get a chance to go vote
I
yet?
love your hair, Kelly.
Thank you. Oh,
Thank you.
you know, I'm not used to
Very
this.
demure, very cutesy.
Very cutesy. Very cute. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Looks nice, Calvin.
Thank you.
What's going on, Calvin?
Chilling, man. Chilling. How's everybody feeling?
Feeling good, man. So you've been busy all day, it seems like, man.
Oh, can't stop. Won't stop, man.
There you go. Nothing wrong with it.
Bro.
Yes. See, Viz, you dressed down today, huh?
Yeah, we chilling on Wednesdays. Wednesdays a vibe. Okay, I should have threw the joint on if I would have known Kelly was on that.
Switch it up. It ain't too late.
Yeah. What you sipping on there, Viz? I know you always have to have a dark in that cup.
Yeah, I'm doing some Douce and lemonade.
Okay.
On the rocks.
All right. I'm not sure if Coco know about that. Douce.
I like it. It's a good cognac. Well, yeah, it's like a cognac or a brandy, one of them, but I like it.
Yeah, okay. It's a cognac.
I drink all darks for the most part. I like scotch and whiskey, stuff like
that. Whiskey.
Right. Okay.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Douce XO, by far the smoothest shit you'll ever drink, without a doubt.
You said who?
Douce XO.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm learning. What's going on, Brittany?
Hey, y'all.
How you doing?
Hey.
I'm trying to coming in sounding dry now, man. You're going to have to liven up a little bit.
Look, it's been a long day. I just got done mommying for the evening.
It's always a long day for everybody, man.
I
I don't think I know anybody that says it's been a good day. Most folks say it's been a long day.
You're right. Let me check my energy real quick.
Yeah. We got Raimi coming in. She's gonna definitely do an energy check. So I got shot and find that funny. Okay, let me go ahead and get the show going, man. Yeah, hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. What's going on, Angela Swift, Mrs. Hink, the big sign. Welcome. Hit that like button again as you come in. Hit the like button. I did ask a question. Anybody get a chance to go vote yet on y'all radar?
Not yet.
Early voted. I did that last week, first day. Give me an hour.
Get it out the way.
I mean, y'all was
I voted on Monday.
like y'all was
I'll be at my local elementary school on whatever day, Tuesday.
Yeah, I got you, Brittany. I guess you're not voting this year, huh?
I am voting. I haven't done it yet.
All right, I'm gonna lay out you.
Bro. Hello.
Well, damn, sis.
And Maria.
Well, we don't feel included, so I don't know what that was all about.
No. I love everybody, but that's the bro for real.
That's where the energy came in. That one, bro. So
Yeah.
Tight stuff. Nah, it's all love.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and kick it off, man. I'm just seeing which video I want to go with first. Let me do this. Give me 1 second. Y'all can go ahead and just ask a question or something while I do this real quick.
I was gonna ask, do y'all think this is gonna be a pivotal, like monumental election, or like mid? Kind of like I feel like Biden was mid and like transitional. Y'all think whoever wins this election is really gonna shake things up, or business as usual?
I think if Kamala gets in the office, it is absolutely going to be monumental. But you know what'll come from it, we'll see.
Yeah.
I think if Trump gets in office, we'll see another 4 years of what we saw with Trump already.
On the real.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got the video ready. Ain't Kelly, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. We'll go ahead and run this clip, man. We'll go ahead and react to it.
Women just don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year, and I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math.
Hold on, before we go, what's your math saying?
The conversation and the words that are coming out of the mouth of someone like you, I would never consider top tier. A top tier man is also a man that is extremely desirable by way of his character. A top tier man is a man who displays a certain level of intellect that allows him to consider other people. A top tier man, they lead with love, not with dictatorship, right? They don't want to control their woman. They want to gently lead their woman. A top tier man creates space for a woman to feel good about herself. A top tier man supports the dreams and the ideas of a woman. A top tier man prioritizes a woman. A top tier man is in leadership and working as hard as he is to give the woman the life of her dream.
And with all that stuff that you just said, that was just womanese talk.
Womanese is also 6'4", black, attractive. I don't know too many women in my circle who desire a 6'4" man still wearing braids.
I'm still wearing braids.
Treated.
Let's go ahead and get into it, man. The real definition of a top tier man. We heard what she said, right? I do want to get the gentleman's perspective on this as well, based on what she said. But let me start with the ladies first. I'm gonna start with the ladies. I may mix a man in there in the middle somewhere, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with you first, Miss Ty from the Shy. Top tier man. Do you agree with her? And what do you agree about? And what is your definition of a top tier man?
So I understand where she was coming from, but I feel that her definition was coming directly from a woman's perspective of what she would want in a top tier man instead of what society sees as a top tier man. Neither one of them were necessarily wrong. Like he stated, him being over 6 feet, making 100K a year, those are things that society usually says that a woman wants if she's looking for a top tier man. She just decided to talk about all the specific things when it comes to your character and how you make a woman feel. But that's not automatically what you're going to see right off the back. So I don't think that she was necessarily wrong, but I do think she was focusing more so on what specifically she would want rather than what just is a top tier man. In my opinion, I'm not necessarily looking for a man that's over 6 feet and make 100K a year. A top tier man to me would be someone that values me as a person. So my definition would be totally different than I think most people or even what society would put out there as a top tier man. Just because a man makes a lot of money or has a certain height, to me, doesn't make him quality, right? Those are superficial things. I think a man that can come together and I can uplift him and he can uplift me and we can put our money together and build an empire, to me, is a top tier man. Now you can come in that package at 5'3", only making $50,000, but once we put it together, we can really build something. That doesn't take away that status from you just because you're not there yet. As long as you have the potential and ambition to get there, then you're a top tier man in my eyes. But like I stated, my definition will probably be different than what society or most women are portrayed in society to believe a top tier man to be.
Okay. Go ahead, Miss Coco. Wake up. You there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening. Well, a top tier man can be on different levels depending on where that woman is at in her life. So like what Ty was saying, me personally, a top tier man is a man that already has his own stuff together. The basics, you know what I'm saying? The basics. So when he comes to me or any woman, he's not automatically a liability for whatever that may be. So a top tier man is a man that just really on his shit, got his stuff together, going to work every day, responsible, don't got a whole lot of drama, a lot of baby mamas, maybe only one, not 2 and 3. So like a top tier man can be a certain men in the hood, a certain men in the suburbs, a certain men in the club. It just depends on that person's level in their life, that woman, and what a top tier man is for her. Because in the streets, a top tier man is a drug dealer, the one that's at the top. So, it just depends.
All right. We'll go ahead and have you chime in, Calvin. I know she had a long list. What do you think? Do you agree with her? I'm not saying that you date men. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to answer this question. You consider yourself a top tier man, right?
Indeed.
Okay, so let the ladies know what qualifications that you possess that will make you a top tier man.
I think that we talked about this yesterday, right? I'm purposed. Like I know what I'm here to do. I know who I am and whose I am. I'm a child of God. You know what I'm saying? I stand on kingdom business, not just any old business. I'm a leader. I'm consistent. I'm passionate. I'm a great father. You know what I'm saying? I strive to be an amazing lover. Y'all had to tell me, give me your feedback. And I like to, be honest and genuine and all the things that I would ask in my person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not asking anybody to come to the table with anything that I'm not doing. Right. And again, what we talked about the other day, being strong in the areas where she maybe has opportunities, and recognizing and celebrating and amplifying the areas that she has strength, where I have opportunities to grow. Right. So if my emotional intelligence is not where I want it to be, but I recognize that in her, I'm not gonna step on that and mitigate that and discount that. I'm gonna uplift that, amplify that, and enhance that. And we come together like Voltron, you know what I'm saying? And we got something together. But it has to increase my peace. And I would have to be her peace and help her increase her peace if I'm ever gonna ask her to do the same for me. So those are just a few attributes about me. But yeah, Ty did get some very specific examples. Like 5'3" is crazy. How tall are you? I know women want, you know what I'm saying? I know women want the dude to be taller.
I'm
but like,
5'3".
you want somebody on your level. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
It's not. I'm just saying, like, height is not a factor necessarily. Like, you're not judging a man. Well, I'm not specifically just judging a man based off of his height.
type stuff. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not tall. You know what I'm saying? But I never thought that was a requirement. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like it was more of an energy that I come with versus like this nigga tall, dark, and handsome. I'm not either. I'm not two of those things.
Don't no girl want to be bigger than the guy though. Like he don't have to be really tall. I usually get tall ones, but I don't want to be taller than him. Like I don't want to look down at a man at all for no reason.
Tall than them in flats or taller than them in heels?
Both.
How tall are you?
Yeah, how tall are you?
I'm 5'3.5".
Oh,
okay.
Well, 5'9" with the soul of a 6'4" nigga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Usually,
that's fair.
5'9"
That's
and
fair.
up, like I'm still good.
Shit, 5'5" and up, you still good.
All right, Viz, since you're already talking, man, go ahead, man. You sound like you might be a top tier guy to some of the ladies. What does a top tier guy possess in your opinion? And I'm coming to you next, Rain. Did you see the clip? Okay. Kelly, you want to send her the clip? Better yet, I'm gonna put it in the back chat. I'll put it in the back chat for you. You take a look at it. Go ahead, Viz.
Yeah, just like Calvin spoke on that. We talked about this yesterday. Everything that he named off are things that honestly is irrelevant. You can be 6 foot, making 6 figures, and be a lame, or the woman thinks you a lame. As soon as you start talking, you didn't talk yourself out the pussy. You know, this is all things that in my opinion, men that don't have a mouthpiece, they don't have morals or any values, they don't have any character. All they can go off of is this. You know, I'm 6 foot and I drive a Benz. You know, but once you start talking, don't nobody like you. Your breath stink, you know, whatever. So I think that when we step away from that and really point out the factors that character is everything, values is everything, your morals is everything. How do you treat people? How do you treat you know, the janitor? How do you treat the valet? How do you treat the waitress? You know, these are the things that matter, and that most people actually care about. So if you walk around with that type of energy, nobody gonna fuck with you, and anybody that do, they only gonna use you because that's what you leading with. So I would say, yeah, those are the definitions of a top tier man, and it can vary from person to person, because you might have a sexy red that's what she want. You know, she want a nigga that walk around in a poo shiesty, that got a burner on them. You know, and there's some women that they don't even want to be around that. So it varies from person to person, but I think overall, what most women look for, or more what most people would call a top tier man, are those things that we name, especially a family man. People in general respect men that take care of their family, even if you don't have your own children. How do you take care of the people that surround you? You know, how do you take care of your crew? How do you interact with them? These are all factors that's extremely important, because when you don't have the money and you broke your leg or something, you know, your leg get cut off, and now you only 6 foot on one side.
What?
Then what? You know, where you stand now?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip back. and then we'll go ahead and get back to it.
Women just don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year. And I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, no, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math.
Hold on, before we go, what's your math saying?
The conversation and the words that are coming out of the mouth of someone like you, I would never consider top tier. A top tier man is also a man that is extremely desirable by way of his character. A top tier man is a man who displays a certain level of intellect that allows him to consider other people. A top tier man, they lead with love, not with dictatorship, right? They don't want to control their woman. They want to gently lead their woman. A top tier man creates space for a woman to feel good about herself. A top tier man supports the dreams and the ideas of a woman. A top tier man prioritizes a woman. A top tier man is in leadership and working as hard as he is to give the woman the life of her dream.
And with all that stuff that you just said, that was just womanese talk.
Womanese is also 6'4", black, attractive. I don't know too many women in my circle who desire a 6'4" man still wearing braids.
Yeah, I do want to clarify. She was talking womanese for sure.
Why braids comment?
Yeah, I can't say that on the braids, but no, she was definitely talking womanese talk, in which I understand. But I think instead of saying all of those things for a woman, how do you do that not only for yourself, but again, all of the people that surround you?
Okay. Allie, I'm gonna go to you. And I'll come back to you.
I think that plays into a top tier man, I believe, has to, in general, have a good head on his shoulders and have a fantastic sense of direction, whatever that may look like. Everyone's definition of beauty is different. All of those variables aside, he has to have that, in his faith and his emotions. And it all boils down to, if he has a good head on his shoulders and a good sense of direction, then his ability to manage a household, which includes really, wife, kids, so on and so forth, it'll all come together. So in my opinion, that is a top tier man, because quite frankly, I've met a lot of men who make over 100 bands a year that are over 6 foot that are stone cold idiots. They can make that much money, but then they'll be at happy hour every night blowing it. You know what I mean? No, that's not what it is, because that shows he doesn't have a good sense of direction, versus the other guys who get off work, who do make over 100 bands a year, who aren't doing that, who are trying to build something, because that will boil down to a relationship that can be an ultimate powerhouse, whatever that may look like for that relationship. So to me, that's a top tier man, because he will be able to produce that if he has those two qualities.
Okay. Go ahead, Remy.
What's up, everybody? I don't know if you can hear me. My phone. Okay, cool. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like she ate with her response, like no crumbs. Okay, not one crumb left. Okay, and then he gonna try to, like, I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like a lot of times when, like, women speak from their heart space, or a space of, like, I don't know, it was very clear, eloquent, like everything that she said. I feel like most women can, if they don't agree with every single thing that she said, they can, like, the gist of it was like, how solid are your morals, or your character? You know what I'm saying? Outside of your wallet, right? Like, how, okay, you tall, okay, all of that, but that doesn't replace how you gonna make me feel when I come home at night, or whatever is going on. You know what I mean? Or my day to day, my day in, day out with you, business, personal, love life, the kids. Like, your height has a sprinkle of, what to do with that. So I'm saying that to say, like, I notice when women start to talk about things, or speak from their heart space about what we need truly, men do that whole, like, womanese thing. Like, it's like they clock out. And I just think, I don't know, it seems like that comes from a crazy place. I mean, a place of, like, we can go there, but I want to ask, what is that? Why do men feel like there's even a language womanese, right? Because nobody's talking about, nigga needs, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like how men are coming, like, no, like why is that? Why do y'all shut off when we start talking about what we need? Like y'all tune out, it seems like. Viz, you recognize the woman needs, like what, since you speak it, you know, like why is that a separate thing other than just this is straightforward conversation about my needs and my desires? Like what is that?
I've never heard that term before, but I think
Yeah.
it sounds like the equivalent to mansplaining.
Okay, so now mansplaining, in my understanding, is definitely like, okay, you giving an excuse, not a reason, but it's an excuse to why something crazy happened. Is that what y'all saying? Is basically the same thing? Like, it's just it's an excuse. Help me understand.
Nah, the only thing I'm commenting on is the fact that you said, you know, woman needs the term, which I'm saying I'm today years old hearing that.
Okay.
It resonates and lands with me. Like when people say mansplaining, people don't mean it in a positive connotation, and it's from a gender specific point of view. That's all I'm saying.
So can you give me, because I mean you liken that to mansplaining, right? So can you break that down? And that's exactly kind of what I'm saying. Why all of a sudden, as we're speaking from our heart space about something, is it negative? You know what I'm saying? It's put in a negative pot of, now we're speaking a foreign language. Like why?
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I didn't make the rules. I just live by them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say that mansplaining.
Patriarchy. Cool.
I didn't say that mansplaining should be a negative connotation, but it is. Mansplaining is never stated in a positive term. And again, hearing woman needs, that don't sound too flattering either. Again, I think that for me, it's more or less like, and this is a human to human thing. When you're in a relationship, what are you bringing to the table? I know the question was, you know, what do you need from your man? But I think that regardless of what your ideal man is, whatever your top tier man is, what are you doing, man or woman, to prove yourself worthy of being with that person should be more the conversation versus when I get in this relationship with this person, this is what I need, this is what I need, this is what I need. What about this one I'm coming with, this one I'm coming with, this one I'm bringing? That's what I'm trying to hear.
Respectfully. And I think, you know what? And I think that's probably why she went at his head so hard or aggressively, because, sir, you talking about your height is what you're bringing. Tell me how that helps raising my children. You're talking about what's in your bank account. Okay, that might be able to help some things, but you a selfish, mean man. We looking at Beauty and the Beast. We saw what a rich person does. You see what I'm saying? Like that has no emotional effect, right? So what are you bringing, right? So then when she goes, well, maybe it to be considered, because he asked her a question, what is a top tier man in your perspective? She gave her perspective of a top tier man. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying about what a person is bringing, but he led with things that were not that good to be bringing. My opinion.
Yeah, I think her response was warranted from his response for sure. I think the difference is with her saying for a woman, that doesn't equate to a top tier man. You know, that's just what you do for a woman.
From a woman's perspective.
That doesn't make you a top tier man, because if this man isn't in a relationship with you, then how can you gauge that this man is a top tier man if you're only looking for what he can do for you? That doesn't make you a top tier man.
I'm not sure. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, from what I took from it, I feel like, first of all, he automatically put it in the box of womanese, just like we'll say like a man is mansplaining something, because women and men speak two different languages, right? That's why we have such a hard time when it comes to communicating. Men think very logically, and women are always speaking from a place of how things make us feel. So everything that he stated was very logical on the mindset of, he even brought up statistics like, I'm 6'4", only 8% of the population is that. I make over 100K. He's talking about things that he feels are important in the eyes of all society, what makes him elite as far as societal norms are concerned, where she brought up everything that's going to make a woman feel secure, safe, protected. But she only spoke from a woman's perspective and not everyone's perspective. Like, who would see this man not be with him and say that he's top tier and not know these specific things about him? That's why he instantly said, well, this is womanese. And I kind of understood what he was saying, because she's only speaking from a woman's perspective and not like Calvin and Bia said, speaking from a societal perspective where we can look at a man and say, well, he has a good character and that's what makes him top tier. It has nothing to do with his height or the amount of money that he makes.
Facts.
All right, let me get some other people in there. Go ahead, Miss Kelly. I'm gonna go to you. Real definition of a top tier man.
I just feel like she's speaking from her experience and he's speaking from his. Maybe the women that he's dealing with, he's top tier to them. Maybe he's dealing with a younger woman, you know, and maybe that's exactly what works for that younger woman, height and, you know, whatever attraction there is. But I think she was speaking from a more, you know, mature perspective, pointing out that it's more than the superficial aspects of it. So it's not just what you look like on the outside, it's everything else that matters, you know, like she wants somebody that exudes so many qualities that has nothing to do with being 6'4". You know, she probably wants somebody that's intelligent. She's probably looking to marry. So maybe the women that he's going out with are just looking to party and have a good time right now. He might be 20 something, she might be 30 something. I don't know, but I think the qualities of a good man, it's a long list. It's a long list besides being 6'4", because like Ty said, you can be 6'4" and you can be stupid. You know what I mean? You might not have any type of financial responsibility. You might not be as seasoned or smart as the next person, or well-traveled or well-spoken. You know what I mean? You might not be as disciplined, and that's something that she might need, or any woman might need. Thoughtful, generous, patient, emotionally intelligent. It's so many things that I could list as being, you know, a quality man or top tier man, because just because you don't earn a lot of money or you earn a lot of money, that doesn't mean that you're top tier. You know, every high value man or high earning man is not a top tier man. Some men are terrible out here. Some men just pursue you for one thing and that's it. They don't have any type of charm or anything to bring to the table. You know, like men say, what do you bring to the table? Well, there are so many things that a more mature woman can bring to the table that a less mature woman can't. So, I mean, I could, like I said, I could list a lot of things, but I think what he listed was not enough to qualify as a top tier man in general.
All right, go ahead, Brittany.
All right, so although a 6'4" tall, dark-skinned man is attractive, especially for a tall girl like myself, I'm 5'8". So when I put on heels, I'm pushing, you know, I'm over 6 feet tall, you know, depending on the heel. It's definitely superficial. It does not define what truly matters. It's all about the character. I think that when she answered and explained what a top tier man is, it might have been received differently if she would have said a top tier man is a man of service, a giver, because then it doesn't necessarily become about the woman's needs, but it's better articulated by saying a top tier man is someone who's not just thinking about himself. He's not selfish. And I agree 100%. I agree with everything she said. A top tier man is a leader in whatever environment or space that he's operating in. He's the go-to man amongst his friends, amongst his colleagues. He's not a follower. And if he is following, he's following someone who is leading him down the right path. So, and then also I agree with what Coco said earlier. It's definitely all about perspective, because someone might consider a top tier man who's coming to the table with, you know, not a lot, but someone that they can partner with in order to grow. Somebody else might want them to come already grown. Like we're not really planting seeds or working on a project together. I need you to come with what you're coming with. I'm coming with what I'm coming with, and boom, we're good. We're two whole individuals. So I definitely think it varies per person. What he said was superficial. I like the tall guys, but it's not the end all be all.
Yeah, I mean,
get
but
you a short king, Brittany.
everybody's not as blessed to be.
I didn't hear you, Wiz. I'm sorry, Kelly. What you say, Wiz? Wiz? Sorry, I'm calling you Wiz tonight.
I said you better get you a short king.
I don't know about that.
And I said everybody's not as blessed with height, right?
True.
So you have to learn to look beyond that. I'm not saying get somebody that's 4'11", but you got to look beyond the height, because he could have all the height and no sense whatsoever.
You're right. And what's the saying? You're the same height when you lay down. Everybody's the same height when they lay down.
Got a wig.
I've heard that before, but you could still have your standards.
Gotcha. Right. I'll be funny. For real.
Shout out to the short kings out there.
Go ahead, Hank.
The medium kings.
Look at my buddy lean up to the camera because you see Hank about to talk, didn't you, Ray? I know. You want to hear my goddamn voice. So let me say this, man. That heifer is selfish. She was speaking in her feelings. And for y'all ladies who agree with her, shame on your black asses. That's a goddamn shame. The woman said he want her to spoil her, take her, cater to her. No, I'm not catering to a woman. I'm catering to family. But her selfish ass wanted to be all about her. And to sit there and say, y'all, well, a tall man is not a benefit. That's a lie, because just like y'all said, none of y'all want a short king. Feed. What the hell? Y'all looking for a man who could provide provision and protection. A 6'4" man could provide some type of protection. Because first of all, not a lot of dudes gonna run up on a 6'4" dude anyway when you 5'8", 5'9". You're not. And y'all definitely don't want no broke king, right? Y'all not gonna want a king who's living check to check. Y'all want that $100,000 dude. So this dude sit there and tell you he makes well over that. Plus he's 6'4". He's in a higher percentage. She's mad because she can't get that. I think that's what it is. So now she's going to have to settle for a short king. A king barely making it. No, that ain't what she really want, but that's what she got to settle for. Because guess what? Them broke passive dudes, they'll cater to her. They'll do whatever they want. He'll give his last little bit of check just to make her happy. Mad as hell because he broken the motherfucker. Matter of fact, he going to be a homosexual. He'll live on a goddamn couch. And she be okay with it because she's always going to be there. Oh, but that dude who's out there about his goddamn purpose, yeah, he ain't got time to just cater to you. I got to worry about the family. The family is what's important, not just the woman, not just the kids, but the family as a whole, as a totality. I can't just cater to you. If we got daughters and sons, I got to make sure they good. I got to make sure they straight. So I can't just be all about you all the time. Now, if we got a family, now if we ain't got a family, just me and you, then that's a different subject. But if we got a family, it can't be all about you, man. I got to worry about the bigger picture. And that's the whole. I'll leave it there.
Now, Hank, I usually be on your side, right? I be hearing where
still
you come
are.
from, but you just went
You still are.
on her and did not ever go towards the guy when all he talked about was two different things. Not once did he talk about family. Not once did he talk about taking care of anyone else outside of his two characteristics of him being tall and having $100,000. Now, living paycheck to paycheck is not somebody that falls in the $80,000 range, $70,000 range, $50,000 range. So you having $100,000 isn't the end all be all of a top tier man. Like, let's be real. Now, I did agree that a lot of stuff she said came from her own feelings and how she felt. I agree with you there. But we just not going to drag her like she was just the worst of all worst and her response was just terrible. And not talk about this man and how superficial his response was of how a top tier man is supposed to be or what he qualifies as. We
So
gotta
when
talk
she
about
took a
both
shot,
things.
Okay. So when she sit there at the end, took a shot, not a 6'4" man with braids. I mean, that was just her childish. That was her selfishness coming out in her.
He got
So
under her skin a little bit.
Oh, and that lets me know what type of woman she is. Nobody wants a woman like that. You get that agitated off of a few things he said. Like he said, we don't know what he said in the early part of the conversation, right? We only got towards the end of what he is. We got most of what she had to say about what her expectation was for a top 10 type man. So we didn't get it all. So he might have spoke on family. We don't know. We didn't catch that part of the video. We only could speak on what we heard, right? That's all we could do. So again, if the man has the money, what he's talking about, he's a certain percentage. Most of y'all ladies want that 1%, that 2% type men. That's all you hear about. You watch Kendra G, every last one of them. When you watch Kevin Samuels, every last one of them talk about they want a 6-figure man who's 6-something feet tall, who has this type of income, who makes this type of job. We even watch what's again, Erica, whatever her name is, talk about she don't want a man who drives the bus. Now, if he owns the bus company, I'll take him. But she don't want no. See, y'all don't want those average type dudes. Y'all don't want them blue collar dudes. Y'all don't want that. Y'all want that white collar dude that keeps his nails clean, come home, goes out with a suit and tie. That's what y'all want. Y'all don't want that plumber. Y'all don't want that garbage man. Y'all don't want that electrician.
I
Y'all
don't
don't want
know
that dude.
I don't know if that's
Y'all
everyone.
It's not. It's not. And he's basing his perception off of what social media is pushing right now as the modern woman and what she wants in a man. I have no problem with a blue collar man. I like men that can build things. Come home with your fingers dirty, baby. I will clean them for you. I don't have to have a man that's only going after a certain caliber. Like I stated in the beginning, my man can make $50,000. As long as we can put our money together and make something greater, then we're moving up in life. That is not the reality of most women in the world. That is the reality of what they push on social media. And now we're running with it as if that's what every woman in America, especially Black women, want in men. That's not even true. That's not even most of our population. Let's be real. Most men in our population are blue collar workers. They're everyday workers, mechanics, drive buses, teachers, things of that nature. Most of y'all are not in corporate America. I know because I'm in corporate America. So it's a lie to say that that's what all women want. That's what the women on Kendra G want. And most of those women are trash.
Now
let's keep it a buck. You will never catch me on Kendra's show.
Nobody said all women. Nobody said all women. Majority.
Y'all. That's
not
y'all.
Y'all is not all. Y'all is not.
Okay. Well, I just think that the guy who was in the video just wasn't able to articulate every quality of a good man, and she was. I think that's the only difference. She was just able to articulate better. And I think what he was stating is that, hey, this is what women are attracted to initially, right? Which that's true, right? I mean, not necessarily 6'4" exactly, but a man with height. We all appreciate that, right? And we like financial stability. We all appreciate that, but that's entry level. That's the basics. So beyond that, there is more that you can consider as a quality man.
But it almost sounds like if you don't meet the basics, if you're not tall enough to ride this ride, you'll never get a chance to learn about that man's character.
But that's not for every woman. Every woman is not superficial. I would say younger women might be a little bit more superficial than an older woman with a little bit more experience, right?
What we considering young versus mature?
Like 18 to 22.
Kids, okay. All right.
You know, when you're coming out of high school and you just look at this guy because he's cute, right? But maybe by the time you graduated college and you have like a real life and real responsibilities, you're looking at more than just cute. So that's all I'm saying.
So every woman on here has dated somebody shorter than them and broker than them?
I haven't dated anybody shorter than me.
Kelly is very short.
I'm quite short.
I was going to say, she would have to date like a small person.
Right.
Kelly is really short.
How
I'm 5'3". No,
tiny.
I've never dated anyone shorter than 5'3", but I've dated a 5'5" person,
No problem.
5'6", and I've dated men that made less than me.
No problem. Okay, that's commendable, man. I don't know if that's the masses. I know we're not speaking in extremes like this is all or none, but I don't know if this represents what's really going on outside. Maybe y'all just dope women like that.
Oh, okay. When they sit there and say date, it's kind of funny. You went out with it one time, and that was it. Is that what you telling me? Are you talking about you had an ongoing relationship with the man? I mean, I wouldn't even count you a one time. Yeah, I went out one time with this 5'5" dude. That's some bullshit time.
Right. Charity.
I dated someone for 10 years off and on who made less than me, drastically less than me. So what are you talking
about?
Was he
5'5"? Was he 5'5"?
He wasn't. Now he was not 5'5", but he chose me.
Okay.
I didn't choose him.
Okay.
He came to me. He was
so he
taller.
wasn't built like a baby. Okay, I got you. He wasn't built like a baby.
Taller, but I have dated somebody younger for a certain amount of time as well. That's all. I mean, shorter for a certain amount of time as well.
What was the motivation? I'm trying not to make it about that relationship, but what was the motivating factor there? Because we were talking yesterday about like strong women attracting. I'm not calling your man's weak, but you know, what was the attraction there? Because it wasn't the bread, it was the off and on. But you was like, he came to me, right?
I was young when I met him, just like Kelly stated. I was young. I was attracted to him. Right. And I was still in college when I met him. So I still had a lot of growing to do. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt that he also had a lot of growing to do. So over the years, as I continued to grow in my career and in things that were going on and he didn't grow, in between there, we also ended up having a child together. So that was more motivation for me to look past certain things and try to work on it, even when things didn't always seem to be going well. That was my big motivating factor, is that I knew you from a place of when you were really growing as a person, and I felt like I saw the potential, right? It's like that situation of someone dating the potential of a person rather than who that person actually is. I was dating his potential as I felt he was dating my potential at that time, because we met at a really young age. So
that's interesting, because I don't know
what. That was doing your bad boy days, huh? That was when you had your bad boy. You want your bad boy, huh?
He wasn't a bad boy. He was an athlete. He played basketball.
Okay.
You wanted his job.
Look at y'all. Y'all trying to find these stereotypes.
No.
We just asking questions. We seeking information. He was
a basketball
What type of sport did he play at 5'5", Ty? What type of sport did he play at 5'5"? Was he in the goddamn band?
Pickleball.
He was not 5'5". He was 6'4". He played basketball.
He was a drum major.
He just made less than me. Basketball didn't work out for him. He had a hard time keeping a job, you know.
But that potential, I think, is critical, because I think, and again, not all women, whatever, not speaking for nobody, but I have seen more examples where women might date for potential and men date or marry. Like, if you just stay like this for the rest of your life, we good.
Yep,
so I date for the present, and she dating for the potential more often than not. Like, I'm not looking for the potential in the one. Like, she already is who she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, she gonna get older and better, but I don't really think like, oh, I see her trajecting this way. Like, we're trajecting where I'm taking this.
Different, right? Yeah. You are more logical in your approach to dating, where women are more emotional. We want to believe in you, believe in the person that you can become. We see your potential and who you can grow to, where you're looking at us as it is. Either I like you or I don't. You know? So,
and I think that's universal, honestly, Ty, because like women, not to be funny, y'all, but you know, we got a personal incubator here. We're made for growth, right? You implant something in us, we see it grow. So we can't help but see the potential and see, you know, where our men around us or people where we can fill those holes and help it turn up and grow, right? Like, I just think that's what is different about men and women, because men lead with their eyes and what they see. That's why that man on his video was talking about 6'4", and I'm not gonna hold you. He probably would have ate if he would have been like, oh, I'm a man with presence. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I walk in a room, I command, you know what I'm saying? Like, that hit different rather than giving me your statistics, right? Like, y'all are very, is it fat? Is it thick? Is it pretty? Is it 6'4"? Is it whatever? Women are more like, okay, you might make 50. What you say?
You said, is it pretty? It's what pretty?
Women, I'm talking about y'all, what the way y'all see women. Is it thick? Is it fat? Is it pretty? Right? That's
okay.
women, what? Right?
Ray, you never dated a tall man, have you?
Oh, I've
because a
dated.
tall man's gonna. Okay, and so if that's the case, then a tall man's presence is gonna be felt when he walks in the room.
Presence has nothing to do with height, Hank. Like, you have presence. Well, I don't even know how tall you are, but you being I'm sure when you enter a room, motherfuckers know you're there because it's not on you, it's in you. Excuse me.
I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3".
Okay, well, you
I was
walk
gonna say you
talk
be
like a
6'3".
giant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how besides what you just told me, right? But when you opened your mouth today, what I do? Because you have presence. So it didn't matter how tall you was. You sitting in the chair, I don't know. Until you just told me. But if he would have said that might have hit different than I'm 6'4" with the bank account. Bitch, we don't care. We don't care.
Most women who are independent thinkers, or they make a certain amount. Yeah, you're not looking for a man with money. You do want stability. I've always been interested in men that were confident. If you have a certain type of confidence, I'm attracted to you. So the whole money thing, it's great to make money, but if you don't know what to do with it, it doesn't matter anyway. You can be very financially irresponsible as a man or woman, but it's all about your confidence. It's all about like how you treat a woman, how you talk to a woman. That's what's going to attract a woman. Men are visually stimulated. Women are too, but I think after you've, passed that little crush phase, you start thinking about more because you want more out of life. So you're not thinking about, oh, he's cute, his braids are nice, or he doesn't look good with braids, or whatever the case may be. It's more than that to a real woman.
So when does that kick in for y'all ladies? When is that? What age does that kick in for y'all ladies? Because we know it doesn't do it at 20, right? We know that's not the case. So when does that kick in for y'all?
I feel like it's 25 and older. Really,
I feel like
when we start thinking about stuff like that.
When you had enough of just seeing the BS, and you be like, you know what? Like, I'm not gonna hold you here. I see somebody fine, and then I just like, oh, he just real fine. I be like, oh, he probably got 12 kids. Like, I started telling myself all kind of stuff just so that I like go into what's the integrity? You know what I'm saying? What's the meat of this man, right? Because like, looks will send you off. They will send you off if you just go on somebody's about looks. Like, it kicks in when I feel like personally when you've had enough. I don't know about what age, but
I don't think it's an age. I don't think it's a number. I think it's a maturity level.
I ain't even 35, so
I'm not even 35. He said anything.
Yeah, I kind of have to give some pushback on that. I'm 5'8". I've typically have always been the shortest amongst the guys that I hung out with, but I've never had an issue with getting a woman. Even in my 20s, early 20s, I mean, it wasn't an issue because I understood what women was looking for, and I am what I am. So when I walk into a place, then say, hey, you got no choice but to acknowledge it. I think if you got
to overcompensate because of your size, though. I don't have to do that.
That is not true.
No, I don't have to overcompensate. I don't have to overcompensate. I just got to be me.
Look, let's be honest now. Let's be honest. You have to if you're a shorter man, if we on the same level financially, looks and all that, you're going to have to overcompensate because of your height compared to my height. You're going to have to. He has no choice. If we everything's the same, the only thing's different is his height, my height. He's going to have to overcompensate.
In what way? The short kings be holding. I'm gonna just let
y'all
you know.
Ladies are not looking for the short king, man. Y'all want somebody y'all can look up to, not one y'all can look eye to eye. That's not what y'all going for.
But they short though.
5'8". You can
but
still
they
look
short.
up to him. Depending on how tall you are, right? I'm 5'3", 5'8". I'm still looking up to him.
Yeah,
I don't gotta look as tall, but I'm
gonna keep it a buck, King. Like I'm a very competitive man for sure. But at the same time, if we're amongst a group of people, if we're amongst a group of women, I'm not competing with you. You are what you are. I am what I am. So whoever is gonna be attracted to me, they're gonna be drawn to me. If one of the chicks is looking at you, she eyeing you. All right, well, shit, that's you, bro. But somebody else definitely looking at me. So shit, that's who I'm on. Or she gonna be on me. So I think I understand what you're saying, and I get it 100%. Some men that are that aren't confident in themselves, and they're not used to being around taller men, then yeah, I can absolutely see that. But for the most part, all of my life, I've been one of the shortest guys out of the group, but I'm slaying them with the best of them.
We'll go ahead and switch gears, man. There you go. Y'all ready? We good, Brittany? We're doing well.
Shout out to the Short Kings.
Yes, sir. We out here.
First says sleeping with someone on the first date is not really conducive for a long.
Wait, what?
Yes, I don't think you got the memo.
I just know that short guys have bigger penises than a lot of tall guys.
Say that again. Say that again.
Short guys have bigger penises than a lot of tall guys.
So height doesn't matter.
Hey,
Height doesn't matter.
Coco know what's up.
Nasty word. Nasty word.
I'm telling you because what's the name said that Shaquille O'Neal's penis is little, so that don't mean nothing.
Can't leave with your height, Hank.
Hey, look, if that's our reality, that's our reality. That's not mine.
Well, you married, so.
That's right. My wife get all this. My wife get all this.
Oh man, y'all crazy. All right, I'm gonna play this clip, man. I started from the top again. You got anything to say, Coco? Okay. All right, here we go.
Hey, she said enough.
First says sleeping with someone on the first date is not really conducive for a long-term relationship.
People say that, but
here we are. 18 years later, here we are.
18 years later, here we are.
Why do you think you guys have success? Now, I've had a conversation with some women, and they say, Shannon, the type of men that are in the bracket that we're looking at, there's a scarcity. Sure. And they're not going to wait and John, when you and I was growing up, the thought of somebody sleeping on the first night was slim to none. You had to wait a month, 2 months, 3 months. Yeah. And they say men aren't waiting because there's so many out there that they can pick from. Mm-hmm. So a woman says, well, I'm going to make you wait 3 months. You might wait. He's not waiting.
That is true. That is often the case. So exactly. You might not be ready to do that, but he might be, if he's got options, he might be doing that while you're waiting.
Exactly. You're waiting, but he's not.
You know, I feel like sometimes you hear folks talk like, oh man, relationships are such hard work. And Chrissy and I will watch people say that. And if that's your story, if that's your experience, then that's what it is. But for us, it's really not hard work for us to be together. And there's challenges that we've had, like tragedies that we've had to deal with together, miscarriage and other tragedies we've had to deal with together. But us, me and her, like it's never actually been that hard for us to be in a relationship. And I think the reason why is it starts with a mutual respect and being with somebody you actually like and like to be around and respect and enjoy their company, enjoy their sense of humor. Like I said before, like we're really compatible. Even though we're different, we're really compatible and we have a good time together. And I think there are things you need to do to make sure you maintain that, which is being honest and trustworthy, being a person of good character, a good parent, a good co-parent, taking responsibility together. So there's certain things you have to do that are work. But I feel like if you are a person of character and you're with somebody that you love and respect, it shouldn't be such hard work to stay together.
To me, he just talked in circles.
Ideals.
Okay. It just seemed like he just was saying a bunch of nothing. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Sleeping with someone on the first night. Apparently, him and his wife slept and they made it. They made it. So let's go ahead and talk. Start with you, Miss Coco. Sleep with someone on the first night. What are your thoughts about it, man?
I knew you was gonna ask me first, and I had to step away, so I didn't even see it.
It
What
wasn't
was the
really meant.
question? I can still answer the question.
But with the question, we just talking about sleeping with somebody on the first night. John Legend and his wife slept with each other on the first night, and they wind up having a successful marriage from what it appears to us. So he was sitting down with Shannon Sharp. And he let him know, you know, if you find somebody, you click with them. Nothing wrong with it. What are your thoughts?
Nothing is wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. I tried to. I'll be honest. I tried to do a one night stand 2 times, and I ended up in a relationship for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
I really did. Like I knew that night, like I'm gonna have fun. I'm single, and I ended up in a relationship both times.
Shout out to the Short Kings.
By choice or force, right?
We out here.
Shout out to the women that ain't got standards. They out here.
Are you trying to throw a jab at me, Hank?
Oh no, I'm just talking in general.
All right, go ahead, Brittany.
I mean, I feel like we're all grown, and having sex on the first night will not determine whether or not a guy will pursue you or like leave you there. I mean, if he likes who you are as a person, if you all align in other ways, based on, hopefully you've had a conversation and you know something about this person and he knows something about you. But I don't think it's a deal breaker. Yeah, I don't think it's a deal breaker.
Okay. Let me get a guy in there. I'm gonna go to you, Hank. Sleeping with women on the first night. What's been your experience, if you do care to share? As a man, have you been in relationships with women and or marriage with people that you slept with on the first night? Not your current one, of course, but just whatever you want to get into.
No, I don't. I've never been in a relationship with a woman I was slept with on the first night. She got that 20 goddamn minutes, and I gave her a lifesaver. She got the fuck out. That's all she got from me, a lie and a hard dick. Other than that, she don't deserve shit. I put her in a category. Like most men, I categorize certain women. If you're a hoe, I'll put you in the whole category. If I want more, I call you. If I don't need you. I done got your friend now. You the pass. Right on.
So mean.
Buck. He got that shit a buck though.
Go ahead, Calvin.
No, I'm just saying, I think it does, to Brat's point, it's not nothing will ever come of this, but to Hank's point, it does kind of put you in that box. Because it's like if nothing else, I feel like men like to chase, you know what I'm saying? So if I ain't really had to get my hunter-gatherer on and it was just presented to me, it's like, cool, I'll take it. But it's also like now I kind of feel like, well, you ain't even get to experience my charm. You ain't even get to, you know what I'm saying, get to know me. So you probably just out here doing this. It's not me you fucking, you just fucking. You know what I'm saying? It was me that night. So I think it does kind of limit what our relationship could be. If I beat on the first night, but it doesn't mean that that's the only time I'm gonna beat, or that's like the extent of our relationship. You could be friends later. You can be coworker. You can be whatever it is, depending on how it ended up jumping off. But I think it does kind of limit what your options are going to be. Shout out to John Legend and them for giving us a counter narrative, but I've never seen or heard of that before today.
Go ahead, Ty.
I think I agree with Calvin when he says like John is the exception to the rule. He's not the rule, right? That usually doesn't happen for one night stands. It's usually just that you have a one night stand with a person and that's the only time you get to be with them. It doesn't really blossom into something larger. Me personally, I've never had a one night stand. That's just not my thing, you know. Nothing against people who go with the vibe. It works for some people, it doesn't work for others. But I just feel like usually it doesn't work like that. Long-term relationships don't necessarily build off of that because you don't have a lot to build off of other than the sexual connection. Now, if something later on builds from the sexual connection, you know, anything is possible, but that's usually not the rule that, you know, you have a one-night stand and it's going to turn into a marriage, especially an 18-year-long marriage. I think they were an exception to the rule.
I got 2 questions for you, Ty. and people can chime in after Ty as well. What is considered dating? Is dating going out on dates? Is dating communicating? What's considered dating? And then also, what's considered a one night stand?
Okay, I'll answer the first one first. Dating to me is going out on dates. You have to court me. So asking me out, we go to a restaurant, we go to a place, we go to the beach, but you're literally coming, you're setting up a time where we're going to spend together and we're going out and getting to know each other. A one night stand is you met somebody that day and y'all had sex that night or that afternoon, all in the same day. That's what a one night stand is to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was a really good question to really add more context to it, because I think the first time that man and woman meet, we both know if we down for it or not. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we at a bar, at a club or something like that, and shorty walk up like, "Hey, I'm trying to crack," then yeah, you know what I'm saying? All right, I don't think this is really gonna go too far. This is just we might just have a fling type of deal going. But if we went out somewhere and we just so happen to meet and we click, we vibe, and shit, we both know, hey, all right, shit, you going, I'm going, and we go, then there's a potential and there's really chemistry there. Then yeah, there's that potential of this becoming something. But if it's just I see you at the gas station and hey, shorty, and you going, then yeah, no, you a skeezer. You know what I'm saying? Just like Hink said, you finna get this 20-minute hot rod, and hey, see you on the flip side. But I think that it is possible to have relations with a woman or a person on the first night and something come from it. You know, if we're both adults and we approach this as adults and be 100 with what it is that we doing and the conversation and the communication and all of that, and it works, then hell yeah, why not? Why be afraid of it?
All right. Go ahead, Rainy.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I really don't have much to say about the Tegans because I have different beliefs about them in general. But I think it can work. Shout out to the people who it's worked for. Sometimes you just know, speaking of presence, you know what I'm saying? You walk in, you feel somebody vibe, they feel yours, and it's just up from there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think one night stands. I mean, I don't know, like one night stands or like that's the initial approach. Sure, it could work. Shout out to the people it works for. But yeah, I'm cool on all that. And I digress because, like I said, I got some other things to feel about these people, so I don't want to say nothing else about them.
Does a one night stand have to be the night y'all met, or can it be the first opportunity y'all had to smash? You know what I'm saying? Like if it's the holiday party.
I think a one night stand is. I think Ty, you just said this. Wait, Ty? You answered that? Yeah, Ty answered that. Like, it's one of them things like you smash and grab. You hit and you quit. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be considered. I feel like a one night stand ain't considered a one night stand until after. You know what I'm saying? Like after the function happened, and then like
collision. All right.
So sleeping with somebody the day of is a one night stand.
You say what?
Sleeping with someone the day of is what you would consider as a one night stand.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like a one night stand isn't really, you don't put the tab on it being a one night stand until we find out if like, is this person gone out of my life? Like that was a one night stand too.
Yeah, one night stand is no follow up.
Right.
We do what we do, and then no follow up after that. That's a one night stand.
Agreed. Like I feel like if you hook up with somebody on the first night though, like I don't know, I feel like it is kind of risky because like I've seen both, right? Like and heard stories about both, especially from women, like or men too. Shoot, they go out of town. What should I call it? The passport bros or something? Oh, you don't know.
They know.
Okay, right.
Because Calvin don't got social media.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
never heard of that shit. Today years old.
But a one night stand is one of them. You did it and there's no contact after that. Like that's a one night stand. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that life. Thank God. I don't know.
I mean, what do y'all want us to do to these hoes? You want us to love up on them and marry them? You treat a hoe like a hoe. Shout out to the ghetto boys.
Hank, the purpose
how
of
you
this
supposed to be.
conversation.
Well, let me ask a question. I got a question about that.
If you carry yourself like a hoe, what makes you think you deserve the love and respect from a man? No, he's giving you what you really looking for. That you looking for that D. That's what you got. Now let's keep it moving. This ain't nothing serious. This ain't. I'm not gonna call you later talking about how was your day.
But wait, what if? Let me ask a question.
I'm just trying to get some ass and get the hell on.
What if that was her first time ever having a one-night stand? Hank, would you consider her a hoe? Like, what if you were the first person she's ever had that experience? First and only.
I don't care. You a new hoe. You was a new hoe.
And also, let me put a disclaimer out there. That's not my experience. One night stands. I mean, I've had one before. Lord forgive me. I hope my mama don't ever see this. We grown.
She watching.
I've been married. Look, don't judge me. But what if that was her first time? Would you really still consider her a hoe? Maybe you were special enough to her to want to give up her goodies or whatever the case may be.
Ma'am, I know I am, but you still a hoe. And I gotta treat you as such.
That is so like narrow-minded.
It hurts.
Okay.
Hey, that truth, Brittany, that truth hurts sometimes, man. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not my truth. I'm just saying, like,
I
I'm
didn't
just
say
trying
that.
to give you a different perspective.
But I'm saying the truth hurts sometimes.
So what makes her?
But I thought hoes was like a chick that has sex with a lot of men. So
Exactly.
What's a hoe?
Well, I mean, y'all got a lot to learn tonight, but I'm a man to teach you. Let me tell you what you a hoe is, because you giving it up on the first night I met you. You don't know nothing. You don't even know my last name. You don't know my address. You never been to my house. You don't know nothing about me. I could have told you everything. My name ain't Hank. My name is Tony. And I'm coming here to knock.
What if you all have vibed? Like the example that a lot of people here tonight used was like, okay, you guys vibed. You've been kicking it all night, and it progresses. Not on the gas station. Look, I'm hey, sexy, what up? Not that, but like you're vibing, you've had a conversation with this person, you're getting to know them, and then as the night progresses, y'all, she's the first person that you're the first person that she's ever done that with. It still makes her a hoe?
Yes. Why you think you accept you to the whole rule? Use a hoe. And if your kitty cat is good, I might call you for a rematch. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that's about all you're gonna get. You're not going to get a relationship out of me. You're not. You're going to get a used condom in your toilet, and I'm going to keep it moving. That's all I'm going to give you. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's not safe for the environment, bro. Don't put it in the toilet.
Let me
I don't care. I got to make sure them kids are gone.
I think Chrissy Teigen knew who John Legend was. And John Legend probably was a little familiar with her because I think she was a model back in the day or whatever. Mm-hmm. I am going to say, based on guys that I know, a lot of guys tend to marry hoes. So let's not X that out. They may be hoes
knowingly?
from the past.
Oh, okay.
But that's that. So let's not act like, oh, we're not going to do that. But I mean, as far as a one night stand, you meet somebody in a club, you have sex with them, that's risky for sure. But I think chemistry is something that people desire moving forward into a real relationship, because you can be in a relationship with somebody that you never slept with. Then you have sex with them and you realize, I don't like this person. We are not going to work. So is it so bad to sleep with somebody in the beginning? Not necessarily. I know somebody who got married. She slept with the person the first night. They have a beautiful family. They're living good. It worked for them. I don't think everybody's story is going to be the same. And I also think that a person like John Legend, he lives in a world where, things move fast. You're not waiting 30 days to sleep with nobody, 3 years, whatever. You moving a little bit faster when you're in that entertainment world. So now, I'm not saying that I had a one night stand or that works for me, but I think everybody's life is different, and I think people just have to do what works for them.
What you got, Ollie?
But Kelly, that's not even in the entertainment world. These women are moving real fast. It's
Well,
out
no,
the
but
real
I'm
world for
talking
everybody.
about. No, I'm just being specific to the video when I referred to John Legend and her.
I got you.
That's it. I mean, other women, hey, women do what they want to do. We live in modern times, right? Men do what they want to do. You all are sleeping with women on the first night. Some women feel like they may be hurt from the past when they dealt with somebody for 3 years and realized I shouldn't have never been with that person. So now they might want to move at a faster pace to see, let's just get that out of the way. I don't know. Everything's, circumstantial, my favorite word, but
Hey, to the guys in the comments, in the chat, is definitely men out here that's wifing hoes, no question.
Thank
I
you.
don't know why y'all trying to put up this front. Some of y'all damn near married to hoes or wifing them now. So that's for sure a thing, no question.
But you are saying knowingly though, right?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Well, like if you guys are saying when people sleep on the first night that they consider hoes, then I would say it's a lot of men that I know that have married hoes. If y'all putting that label on them, they step on the first night or pretty quickly they got married and it worked. Now I don't know they passed, but I know for sure that they got married and it worked. I don't think a lot of men would be honest and even put their wives on blast if they did smash them on the first night because they have some integrity when it comes to how their wife may appear. But deep down, they know the truth. They probably know it was easy. And then sometimes men are they got, like, I think men carry themselves a certain type of way. They just used to getting it. And I think they've seen it from good women and women that may have had a past. They've got it from women that they broke their virginity. And Hank may look at it as though that they're still a hoe, but it just comes with ease. Doing these panels, often I hear a lot of women do want to test drive it before they do get married. Surprisingly, it's just something that they want to do. They don't want to go through all this, put all this time in, and then when they get to the altar and
that mouth wide open,
but pop that cherry, and they're just like, "I was just so disappointed." All of this time for this. So
let me ask this question: do you men feel that dancers are whores? Because dancers are getting rings in marriages.
I think men like what they like, and they just lusting over someone that they just truly don't really know. I mean, it happens every day. Somebody got to do it, right? I'm not really a fan of strip clubs. I've probably been in maybe 3 strip clubs in my life, 3 or 4, and one of them was a date. It was an after spot went to. The other 2 might have been somebody had a bachelorette party or something going on. He was getting married. I don't do strip. I don't throw no money. I refuse to go throw some money at some chicks. It's not in me. I have no desire to do it. I have no desire to be in a strip club. But there are some men that love it because they can just pay for whatever it is that they want to get, the treatment they want to get. They can go and pick them out. They can go pick the woman that they want, and if they know they spend that money, they're going. I had a guy that I could tell this story. I don't even give a fuck. I had a guy that I work with, and I used to work with, and he's married. He's not that guy. Fat, shortly like a penguin. And when we drove to Kansas for work, we drove to Kansas, and he got mad at me because I rented the car, right, for us to go and drive. And he got mad at me because he wanted to go slide on this chick to get a little bit of treatment. I said, "Nah, bro." I said, I need to make sure we got this car in the morning so we can get to school. Because we had some classes we had to take up in Kansas, and so this dude was. I don't even know if he even did anything. Maybe she sat on his lap. He at the mall buying baseball tickets to the Kansas, whatever Kansas team out there, baseball. I just do like, bro, I just can't see why you doing all of this. Like, she doesn't have no respect for you. She doesn't love you. She doesn't even like you. You're paying for everything, but it's perfectly normal to him. Come on, Jay. You mean to tell me you ain't never? I said, no, bro, I've never done that. I don't even know what that even looks like. I don't even want to experience that. But in his head, it was right for him. So some men, to answer your question, Coco, some men will go and do it, and it's normal to them.
Bro, it's dudes that will go in the strip club and kiss a stripper in the mouth. We have seen clips on the internet of dudes in the strip club eating the stripper out.
Like shit.
So it's like, come on, man. All of that, y'all trying to deny it. That's cool. All right, you can deny it all you want to, but the truth of the matter is that this is what's happening in real life. So you could that's what you and your guys. No, that's not what me and my guys is doing. That's what dudes are doing outside at the strip club. That's why strip clubs are as predominant as they are, because it focuses on a target demographic of dudes that are willing to go in the strip club, trick off. They willing to pay whatever it costs to go in the back room and crack them. This is real life, bro. Y'all can deny it all you want to. You probably denying it because you're part of that group. You know what I'm saying? So just keep it a buck, man.
To answer your question, Coco, I would say I stay away from labels. I try to stay away from labels, right? So a stripper, like, she could be paying her way through school, not doing the champagne demo, and just kind of literally dancing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I don't really know if you can. It's not my place to put a label on somebody, but if she ain't fucking and sucking for money, how could you call her a whore? Or if that's the criteria, if she's just up there dancing, she's a dancer. You know what I'm saying? I would think a prostitute would be more so a whore than a stripper. But at the end of the day, you know, everything ain't for everybody. Like the same way we talking about, it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, you could fuck on the first night and still have a chance to, you know, end up at the altar. But the love it and leave it of a one night stand, and we said it has to end after the collision. So it ain't no future after that, or else it wouldn't be a one night stand. It would be a relationship or situationship or whatever it is. But when we get into the labels and the nuances, like, damn, can I just be Calvin and we doing what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Versus earlier we had to define what dating was. And it's like, man, I might go out with a chick a lot. I don't consider us dating. I might never go out with a chick and be fucking on her. I don't consider us in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just, that's why I stay away from the labels, period. And I definitely ain't finna call no woman a whore. You know what I'm saying? Because now if we're using these same constructs, and let's say my loving daughter was to, you know, have a wild night in college, is my daughter a whore? You goddamn wrong if you gonna say that. Ain't nobody finna say that about my baby. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't with me.
Man, I'm saying, bro, if she wants
we might get in the side chat, bro. My daughter is 15 years old. Relax, bro. Relax, bro. I was using an example. I was using
an example. You don't want to think that way, but you fucking on somebody's daughter who probably had the same mindset as you. My daughter ain't no hoe.
And therefore, I would not call that person's daughter a whore. I would call her who I'm fucking on. That's what I would call her. That's what I'm fucking on. There ain't no whore. That's a woman.
I don't understand though. Why is it just like if a woman pulls up to a one night stand, like, and she's a hoe? What about the man? Because it take two.
Double standards.
Oh, patriarchy.
Simple answer. I didn't make the rules. I'm not saying I agree with that shit, but that's why. To answer the question.
I know you don't have an issue with patriarchy, do you, ma'am? We already discussed that. I know you don't have an issue with it, ma'am.
I don't have an issue with what? Patriarchy?
Yeah, I know you
call
don't.
the patriarchy, fucking, where my gavel at? Patriarchy. Every goddamn thing is patriarchy. Me, her, I'm her. No, but for real, like, how y'all not whores? Y'all spread the things.
Look at her. You can call us that if you want to. It's not gonna hurt our feelings.
Oh,
we still
okay.
got
It
don't hit the same
feelings to be called home.
You call me.
Okay, got it. So we just got to kind of like be like,
hey, look, Ray, I'm a reformed man whore. I'm changed and saved by the Holy Ghost with the spirit of the blood. You know,
the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go be a hoe for my wife here after this live. I'll tell you.
You're fucking right. I think to answer your question, it's the same reason why if a man and a woman have sex, the man fucked her and she got fucked. It ain't like, that's just how we talk.
I think if you have more than sex to offer, things can turn into a real relationship. I think a lot of times some women don't have anything but sex to offer. And I think with some men who do marry their hoes or whatever, maybe they found a connection with that person. And that's why they continue the relationship after the one night stand. So if you're a woman of value and morals, I mean, it might work out. And just because you slept with a person that night, that don't mean that you a hoe. Hoes get paid. So if they're not paying these women for their services, they're not hoes.
All right, hold on.
Millions. What are you talking about?
Wait, what?
My attention.
I didn't hear you.
Cheat. That's what we gonna do. Okay. So yeah, when they say we hoes as a collect, they cheat. We gotta call them cheap because that be hurting their feelings when we call them cheap.
I'm mine.
Thank you, Hank. You
All right,
just
y'all, we gonna go to check it out. We're gonna go to Ali, and then we're gonna hop into this Nick Cannon.
I agree with a lot of people. It's not a deal breaker. I think a one night stand is very similar to a high risk credit card. Has the probability of building up into something depending on how you use it. It's a luxury item, right? So my college roommate, my college roommate was a big ass hoe in college, but she's actually just got engaged, and I know she met him at a one night stand because she was supposed to meet me here in Chicago for a conference, and I'm like, "Where are you at?" And she's like, they're engaged, and they're like doing great. So I'm not gonna knock it. It really depends how you use that credit card. It's high risk, though. It's high risk. Only $300 credit limit when you first use it, so it's not going to be a great purchase. So it's not going to be a great I don't care what anybody says. It's the first night, so that's
I don't care.
Hey, when that 300 credit card limit and that's all you got to get some gas.
Right, but see,
that's everything.
Chrissy and John Legend, that's not even fair. They were both already they already had the black card. So it's just like they're American Express. Like this is different. You can't compare it, So yeah.
This Just Blaze 199 says ain't no man knowing marrying a hoe homegrown. Just Blaze again 499 says maybe you and your boys are marrying hoes, not us. That's you and your saving crew. Appreciate you, Just Blaze. Go ahead and hop into this, Nick Cannon.
Internalized it even
dudes
more.
like that because you ain't one's wife in them.
All right, you done, Viz?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to make sure, bro. All right.
But
I'll stop it there. I'll play the rest of it. But interesting dialogue. I know some of the people on the panel said they've dated men that they made more money. So it was kind of like he's coming into a world that you've already created. And I know that we are mature adults in age. So if you are dating, it may be a realistic thing right now. It may not be Mariah's world, but it may be an Ali world, Kelly world, Ty world, Ramy world, Coco world, Brittany's world. So what does it look like?
I mean, everybody's not suited to be Stedman. Just the reality of it. Nick Cannon is definitely not suited to be a Stedman. He has a big personality. He has talent and gifts, and he was doing his thing before Mariah Carey, and he probably sat back and, like he said, I'm not living the way I'm supposed to live. This is not my life. You can't suppress that when you have so much inside of you and you want to, be this bigger person or this star or this high value man or high earning man or whatever the case may be. You can't just suppress that. It's hard.
I think he also realized in comparison to Mariah Carey, he could never be greater than her in that space at that time. And that was something that he battled with as well. Like he had the potential to be, and I'm not necessarily saying that she held him back from growing into that potential, but because she was so far ahead of him, it just felt like something he could never catch up with. So he could never be that alpha male and exude that energy and purpose that he felt that he was supposed to live up to, living in a space with someone who was already so established in life. Like Kelly was stating, he could never be Stedman, right? He wanted to be something more than that. I don't think that necessarily applies to every woman that's already established. Every woman is not Mariah. It's a way to also fit people into your lives to make them feel as if they can also grow and become something more in your world and make your world our world. But I don't think that was a reality for Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon.
Okay. I'm looking in the chat, and there's a question that people were asking in the comments on those clips. The gentleman, why would Nick marry her? Was he just trying to lock her down, seeing who she was? It's Mariah Carey. We often see that. Sometimes when you got you a woman that a lot of people may idolize, or she may be like a Nicki Minaj, or maybe something on a smaller scale. She just may just be a very successful woman. Like, why would Nick marry her if he knew that he could never be better than her?
That was his childhood crush.
Yeah, I think
It's
he was
like
in his
Jermaine
20s.
Dupri and Janet Jackson. Jermaine Dupri dated Janet Jackson too, but that could never really grow into anything. They're chasing after what they always used to want. Then you get it and realize it's a little overrated.
No, it don't sound like it was overrated. It sounded like he became insecure. That everything that he just said was just all insecurity.
Yeah.
Me personally said, hey, if I bag Mariah Carey, I'm not finna try and compete with you. I can't compete with you. I don't want to compete with you. I'm gonna continue to do my thing. And really, once Nick got married to her, that's when his career really went through the roof. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I love what you got going on. This is perfect. You're not even in the limelight right now. You know what I'm saying? You beefing with Eminem. Eminem beefing with you. That's what's keeping you relevant right now. Other than that, hey, I'm finna check this bag. I'm finna run this bag up. I'm not worried about what you got going on, because what you got going on is why I'm here. You know, a part of it rather. It's a part of why I'm here, because I love who you are. I grew up watching you, whatever. I'm not finna try and compete with you. You already got what you got, so I'm gonna bring what I bring. The whole reason why you picked me. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, at that point, for her to essentially reach down, you know what I'm saying, to date him, to marry him, say, hey, man, let's get this money. What the fuck I'm competing with you for? Ain't nothing to be insecure about. I already got you.
Well, I don't know if she reached down necessarily. I mean, because Nick Cannon was established when she met him.
What's their age difference?
Yeah.
They got quite of an age difference. So that,
at least 10 years. I think it's at least 10 years.
Yeah, that's
down.
I would say that's reaching down.
She did. I think she liked the fact that he was obsessed with her. He got Mariah tatted across his back.
Well, when I say reach down, I guess I'm speaking from a financial standpoint. I think he was getting money. I think he was getting money just as well as she was. Now, of course, she was this big superstar, so of course he wasn't getting the same, but he wasn't out here broke either.
Well, yeah, no, I ain't.
Hold on, y'all. Just for context, they exchanged vows in a private ceremony in the Bahamas in May of 2008, with Cannon at 27 and Carey at 39.
And then she probably wanted a family. She probably wanted to be married. That's probably why he married her, because of that sort of pressure. She probably felt like, well, I want to have children, but I don't want to do it as a single person. You know what I mean? Like, she was older than him. She knew what she wanted. He just got in where he fit in, I think. And then he realized, this is not the life that I want.
I do have some more. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I do have some more additional context. According to the prenuptial agreement obtained by TMZ, before they tied the knot, Carey was worth $150 million, while Cannon's assets were valued at just under $500,000, meaning Carey was worth $300
That's
she
a reach, man.
She
Come on,
reached
man.
down and
Come on,
carried
man.
him on
Hey,
up,
come on,
baby. 'Cause
man.
what? You
Yeah.
got
Come on,
established.
man.
That's crumbs.
We
I
talking.
still
What
feel
she
like
had.
I feel like
he's
that's a
got a
big
manager.
issue.
He got a McDonald manager salary, man.
Well, maybe she married him for superficial reasons.
She
I,
married
I,
him because she wanted to be
Because he
married.
was 6'3".
How tall is
man,
that nigga?
man,
I
He
don't know.
was tall and
it had to been the vibes. Dude is funny. He's
Mm-hmm.
youthful. You know what I'm saying? He damn near cracked on the first night, whatever. You know, come on, man. And you put twins in her, bro. You tweaking, dog.
Yeah, but I think y'all
Hey,
asked
Nick
why
Cannon
would
is
he
6
marry
feet
her
2.
though, right? And I think you probably wouldn't marry the same person that you married at 27 as you would at 47. But then you also like I don't know the nigga. I don't think he's going into it like, man, I'm earning 500,000. She earning 300 times that amount, and this is going to limit me from becoming the Nick Cannon that I know on purpose to be. To everybody else's point, I think it was like, man, the tide rises all boats. I'm gonna grow with her. I'm gonna go with her. I'm gonna realize my potential with her. I'm in love with her. I'm obsessed with her. She's sexy as fuck. She's my childhood crush. Like it makes sense to a 27-year-old to make that move. I don't think he's going into it with the foresight of this can hinder my potential.
yeah, people change, people grow.
How can it hinder your potential though?
He said he felt like he was becoming the diaper bag, purse carrying nigga that she needs, and he says she needs a guy like that. I'm just not that guy. Like I think a person that maybe is doing a better job of it is ASAP.
But they're closer
That's
in
fair.
age too, so I think
They
that
But
are
would
closer in
the
age.
difference in earning is probably comparable. Like he
It
probably
is
just as far
huge.
away.
yeah.
But he seemed
Rihanna
like
is a
he ain't, I mean, I ain't gonna
Yeah,
say
no,
he
I was
carrying
gonna say
he carrying a
Rihanna.
diaper bag is by choice.
Yeah,
But for him,
Rihanna a
like,
billionaire,
oh,
so
Yeah.
He said, I don't want to be an assistant. I want to
but
be
for
the
him to be
boss.
saying that is crazy, nigga. You got kids. We need a diaper bag carrier. Like, what are we talking about?
But he
Oh, well,
used
Nick
to be
Cannon got a whole
outside
bunch of kids now, so
carrying her umbrella in the rain like he was her butler and stuff. Like it did give assistant. It didn't give like husband, partner, equal.
I
It
mean,
gave
shit.
that
If
he
that's
was
my
taking
wife,
care of her.
Take the bag.
if that's
I
my
think
wife, then hell yeah, I'm gonna have an umbrella out. Let me grab this Rolls
Yeah.
Royce umbrella out and you know what I'm saying, walk you through the rain, baby. Come
Hey,
on,
just
let's
so
go.
you guys hold on, Hank. Just so you guys know, Rihanna net worth as of April 2024 is 1.4 billion. ASAP Rocky is 20 million.
Yeah.
Right?
She's a
Similar but
billionaire.
different. Similar but
She's a
different.
billionaire.
I'm not
But
gonna
she loves him.
from that
She
clip
said that.
though. It seemed like so I have one perspective before I understood their age difference, right? So my first perspective hearing this clip was very like, I'm not gonna hold you, Viz. Like you took me aback by saying like you heard all that insecurity. Like I wasn't ready because I felt like you really ate that. Like it was insecure. You're inside of a relationship, and let's just call a spade a spade. If you're envious of your partner in any way, you know, jealous of their success, or you want to be them, like that's not, to me, partnership. Like that's jealousy inside of your relationship, first of all. Second of all, you know, your ego, first of all, you laid up here getting fed, you know, the steaks and all the things. Okay, but how about this is our time, and that's what I do when I go over into her dreamland. Where is you dig? You feel me? Like I feel like maybe he was falling so far into, I was gonna say in the twat, but in love, that like he just, because sometimes you know how you can fall in love with somebody and then forget about or neglect your own world. And I feel like had Nick stuck it out and really just built his own world and then utilized or leaned on his partner for whatever, you know what I'm saying, the things, it could have worked. But then I mean, I don't know, like him being 27, I remember where I was at 27, and 27 is, I mean, it's totally different from 39, right? Like 30 in your 30 somethings, you like shit, okay, it's, you know, it's about that time I'm ready to like slow it down, settle down, whatever the case is. 27, you still on where the SRC is revving in this bitch. You hear me? Like we lit, you know. So I just can't imagine them being, maybe he was what she needed or whatever, but and it's reasons they, you know, fell in love. But it was giving insecurity to me, and I mean, I don't know though.
Not to me, man. It was giving unfulfillment. It was like, yo, in this situation, I can't fulfill my purpose. I know my purpose. I know my worth. I know where I'm supposed to be in life. And this situation is not serving that. That's the opposite of somebody like, not to date myself, but like a Coretta Scott King, who's like, my purpose in life was to support the ambitions of my mate, my Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a totally different proposition than if Nick felt that was his purpose, was to be Mariah's husband versus be the Nick Cannon we know today. If I don't feel like I can achieve that in this situation, I got to get out of this situation, or I'm always going to take out that resentment, not that insecurity, that resentment of my inability to fulfill my purpose on my person that's holding me back from that shit. I feel.
But was she really? But was she holding him back? Like, I agree with what
I'm not
Raymond
saying it's
said.
true. I'm saying what he's thinking about, what how he's saying he was looking at.
Yeah, he could have leveled up right there in that relationship.
He did level up.
He never stopped leveling up.
And been okay with that. It was definitely giving insecure, in my opinion.
Yeah, shared that with his wife. Like, had he shared that with her, do you think this woman would have really been like, boy, fuck you? Like, no, he just said she's so understanding. She gets all of the things. Like, she basically just let that man flow like water in the way that he wanted to. So has he even brought that and communicated, yo, baby, I don't feel fulfilled. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something else. I'm supposed to be da-da-da-da-da. Okay, the space you need or the whatever you need. Like, I just feel like, you know, if anything, he just created a broken home with his ego, envy, and insecurity. Like,
But is Kamora Lee Simmons insecure? Is Nicole Murphy insecure? Or did they do what they can do when they was in that relationship and then went on to do other shit?
Kamora Simmons was abused, and she's still talking about those allegations with her and her children. So I don't know if that's the same thing, sir. And then who else you said?
Nicole Murphy, Eddie Murphy, first wife or wife.
Yeah, I don't know enough about her to understand that, but I don't think we're talking. Cause see, I don't even know who that is, but I know who both.
Shawnee O'Neal.
Shawnee O'Neal still.
Shawnee O'Neal kept getting cheated on.
Hey, come on,
we
talking about
a man to move on and marry somebody who's gonna be loyal to her.
She said she can't be the Shawnee we know her as now in this situation.
Huh?
She couldn't become the Shawnee she is now in that situation.
Which is a pastor's wife.
Yeah, she's a pastor's wife though.
Bro. She could not become that had she stayed with Shaq. So no, it's not an insecurity. That's something she literally couldn't do.
Yeah, that's
what's beautiful girl name? What's her name? Z from Friday.
The thing is, we could sit up here and blame other people for us not being able to grow, but at the end of the day, anytime you pointing the finger at somebody else, you're not taking accountability and responsibility for yourself. You're not gonna tell me that you being fed steaks on an island is keeping you from being who you supposed to be.
That nigga might be vegan.
Yeah, no, he was really pointing the finger at himself with him saying all of that stuff, bro.
This ain't me. I'll cook steak. I kill steak and cook it. I don't need to be served steak.
Go kill it then. Like that's the part that I don't understand. It wasn't like he said she was holding me back from going out to do this and that. You know, he said out his own mouth, I was waking up at 12. I was on the island. I had motherfuckers bringing me steak. Like, you chilling, bro.
He got too
comfortable.
And he chose not to. He chose to stop chilling and get back to the grind.
But that don't mean that you have to. That doesn't mean that you have to break your home. So. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying it does, but if that's his motivating factor, that might be an immature decision as well.
But that goes back to being insecure though. That goes back to being insecure. And let me address the chat real quick too. For the men out there that think showing chivalry towards your wife is lame or beta or simp, that's fucking insane. Your brain is fried. There's no reason why you should refrain. You should hold back walking with your wife and keeping the rain from getting on her by holding an umbrella. There's no way in the world that anyone with a mind would consider that to be simp behavior. That's your fucking wife, bro. That's the basic.
Well, yeah, let me go ahead and answer because since you won't keep talking to the chat, man. God damn, leave the chat alone, baby. Let them leave.
I gotta address the chat. I got to do say, man. My bad.
Look, man. The thing about it, we all heard the rumors how it was hard to work with Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey was a damn dragon. She was a damn dragon. She was a mean ass, nasty woman who punked up on Nick Cannon, and he was okay with being a house husband, you know, at the time. Now, I think over a period of time, his boys start giving him hell, making fun of his old sorry ass, and they like, man, you need a man to fuck up. Are you gonna continue to be her bitch your whole goddamn life? And then his pride kicking in. No, I ain't gonna do that. Fuck that. I'm about to leave. I'm about to do my own thing. Look, what he need to realize, there is a time limit on her career. She's not gonna be hot forever. She has a time limit. But what you do in your lane, there is no time limit. You could continue to act, continue to be a producer, continue to direct movies, play in movies, all the way up to your death. But he didn't have the foresight to see that because he was young minded and thinking like that. You know, I just think he was real immature and his pride got in the way is why he did what he did. But like he said, he got tired of holding a person up in the diaper bag all the goddamn time. And she treated him like he was a flunky. And I don't think he liked that. So,
Hank, are you saying that his pride got in the way to get in the marriage or to get out of it?
To get out of it. That's why I think that's why they broke up, because he didn't want to no longer continue to be her lackey. I mean, look, I mean, if you watch it, what's it, the show with Kevin Hart and my man from Above the Rim?
That's House Husband with Dwayne Martin.
Husband of Hollywood.
Yeah, that's
something
for
like
that.
Yeah. They make fun of him all the time. They throw them jokes in there about him with that situation all the time. The reason why they put that in there is because it used to piss him off. Now he said he used it for material to get paid for it. That's the reason why he did that. They do it on a regular basis. Matter of fact, they even still, you know, if you ever watch it, they talk about Kevin Hart, how, you know, him being faithful. They throw that in there on him just to, you know, because they know these are real life things that happen to him. Why not make some money and make some content about it? So, you know, she treated it like the flunky he is. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy though is that I think it's about the way he carries himself too, because I don't hear too many men talking about ASAP Rocky and his whole situation with Rihanna. I don't think I ever heard anybody say anything negative.
That's real. Shit.
So I don't know if it's because it's the billion status. I don't know. It's just funny.
I feel like it's also how Rihanna treats ASAP. Like, she doesn't treat him in public as if he is below her. She doesn't treat him as if he makes less than her. She treats him as the man of her household, regardless of how much she makes. She gives that man a lot of respect. She even stopped working as much so that she could stay home with her children and with him, to give him extra attention, just to be in the family. You know, Mariah didn't do that. She didn't lower herself for Nick Cannon. She put him in his place, and she stayed where she was, and everybody could see it, which made him look like less of a man. Rihanna doesn't do that to A$AP Rocky.
That's a good point.
The example I was trying to think about earlier was Megan Good, too, by the way.
Y'all remember what happened when she came on Wild 'N Out? She said, "I shut this motherfucker down." She said that on Wild 'N Out. "I shut this motherfucker down." She told that man that. That's just.
That sound like abuse. That sound like what Kimura was going through.
I mean, she constantly emasculated that man on a regular basis. It's nothing new for that man to get.
You gotta get out of that in.
Hey, but Hank, what could we say that's due to him potentially leading with that? You know, that's due to him potentially being the funny man. This is the guy from Nickelodeon. This is old boy from Drumline. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it because he couldn't separate what it is that we see him as a goofy character for the most part, compared to him being the actual man of the household?
Yeah, but what does goofy character got anything to do with being disrespected, privately and publicly? What does that got to do with anything, though?
I mean, if you carrying a goofy persona, you kind of like, not to say you disrespecting yourself, but like, I'm just treating you how you treat you outside. And like, we never see A$AP in that light. Like, A$AP, it's almost like play with him if you want to. Like, that's the vibe A$AP give.
Yes.
Versus like, and I'm not gonna hold you. I just want to add this to, you know, before you respond. But like, think about, I guess, being a woman, right? I rap, and like, I've asked one of my friends this, like, Dad, do my, you know, masculine, like my rah-rah, like my I don't have the word for it, but like my energy on the music, right? Or the way that I show up in that space, does that like scare guys or like whatever? He was like, Remy, I've known you. He was like, you're a woman. There's nothing you can do that is gonna make me feel not a man. Like you're not gonna outman me, right? Like and I just feel like at the end of the day, like maybe Mariah was out, you know what I'm saying? Big Daddy and him. I don't know.
I think they kind of grew out of that situation, and he didn't want to be minimized like he was in that relationship. I mean, look at his life now. He has 12 kids with 6 women. He didn't want a traditional lifestyle. Bottom line. He didn't want what Mariah wanted.
That don't sound like insecurity, right?
Well, no, that actually do sound like that almost.
I feel like his life now might sound like more insecurity.
Yeah, that
leaving a
almost
relationship that's not serving you.
That almost confirms the insecurity. I was so insecure in this relationship, in this marriage. Now let me go out and spread my seed everywhere. You know what I'm saying? To try to make up for it.
I agree. That sounds insecure.
To show my dominance, you know what I'm saying? My value over all of these different women. So it almost makes more sense after watching that clip and the actions that he's doing now.
And then every woman he goes after is a who? Like, who are they?
When
might have their own established, but nobody was on Mariah's level. Like, he's never dated another woman that's either on his level or above him. Everybody is below him.
He don't care about that. He just want babies.
Mm-hmm.
They sign a contract,
but they all just
and they're secure
women
for the rest of
him.
I agree with Vid.
And they're dependent on him. So
dependent on him. You see what I'm saying? They all need him. They're all dependent on him.
So it's strengthening that insecurity. Like, I agree with that. You went out and had all these babies just to show that you're not weak in a certain space. Like
that he's not a beta, huh?
Mm.
And Mariah probably wasn't gonna have more than those 2 kids.
Beta. Hey, that nigga Nick be in the crib like walking around with a drum like.
if Mariah is the dragon that Hink said that we thought she was to work with, and she's like that in the relationship, I support him getting out of that relationship, not calling that insecurity. How he's moving now, I agree. I feel like he's overcompensating and dealing with mortality issues too. That's why he's trying to leave such a long-lasting legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Calvin, he never said that. He literally said that they never had an argument. They never had a disagreement.
So where did Hink's conversation come from where you said she was like a dragon?
That's Hink's own personal opinion.
Well, that's why Captain got saying if what he said is true.
With her.
She was a diva at some point.
That's like hearsay too.
Diva, not dragon.
Right. They said she was a diva to work with, but Nick Cannon in that interview we just watched said he never had an argument with her. They never ran into any issues. That's what he said.
I don't think he's gonna say anything negative about her.
Yeah, I was gonna say
now we can't create a narrative that he didn't put on the table. We can only base it off of what he said. Now that's the whole grown ass man. If he has some issues,
we sure did that for Tia Mowry. We sure did that for Tia Mowry. Ain't that right, Ray?
Wait, what we doing for Tia?
I wasn't here for
create a narrative like he was a. But Kelly was that day.
Wait.
And man was Ray created a narrative that man was out there beating that woman. Like
I did not say that, Hank.
No, you was definitely saying he was abusive.
I said he could have been being psychologically abusive. I'm sorry, Lapeef.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I am curious. We're gonna switch to this last topic, but I am curious about what folks gonna say about this whole KeKe thing. So KeKe breaks her silence. Last one, then we get up out of here. I'm gonna play this clip. Let's react. Wow, we talked about Stedman earlier, right?
Stedman.
Did anyone else feel like she was acting? It felt very much so like she was putting on a show or a character for us. Like that really wasn't KeKe. And maybe she's turned into a different person over the years. I don't know, but I just felt like that was very rehearsed and she was in character. And she was giving us that character fully. It didn't feel authentic.
Did it give Angela Bassett?
Yes. Yes, it did. It gave Angela Bassett playing Tina Turner. Like she was going for a role, and I could see it. It just gave a lot of fakeness and didn't really answer any questions other than the last one on what is her type. You know what I mean? Like,
you didn't believe her
at all. At all, and I'm sad to say that, but I did not believe her at all.
It didn't give a lot of.
Why is it sad to say that you didn't believe her? You feel like you're going against the sister code or something?
Not I'm going against the sister code. I like Kiki Palmer. Like, over the years, I've liked her. I've been watching her since Akilah and the Bee. Her as an actress and growing, you know, I've liked her over the years, but what she just put on for me, it was just like, dang, Kiki, like, you done got lost. You've got lost in this world. You know, like, you've lost yourself to a certain degree. You know? Kiki from up the street. You know what I mean? Like, it's really weird to see her act like that. Even how she's using her words is like,
she might not want to say the wrong thing.
And that's one thing, but she was acting, Kelly. She was putting on the character. She put that wig on, baby, and became the wig. Like, I don't know. That was not.
She was definitely acting.
Yeah.
I've never seen her do an interview like that. She's like always been the girl, like the homegirl type.
The
and
homegirl.
Professional, but homegirl too. Like, that was like, I'm a mother now. I'm demure. Like, that was acting.
She was giving actress, baby.
Because I love Kiki. And after that situation happened with Usher, she dragged her boyfriend too. She did exactly what regular Black people do in relationships. She didn't act like a celebrity. So for her to act like that in this interview does not match. The math doesn't match the actions, because she definitely responded like a regular chick, mad at her baby daddy for trying to call her a Black woman not being able to have fun, you know what I'm saying, with her girlfriends.
I was gonna ask what type of response are we expecting from her, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not too hip with the case, but didn't she get abused? Wasn't she getting beat on?
So supposedly that's not how it all started, though. It didn't all start from her getting abused. That wasn't the first thing we found out about. It was more so around like the Usher concert, right? Like, she had some issues with her baby father. Then the Usher concert happened where she wore that outfit. He made a tweet like he really didn't like it. As a mother and wife, she shouldn't be out there representing the family like that. Because her butt cheeks were out. Or she had like the little leotard with the cover-up thing over it. But okay, so this was the issue. If you know the actual story before that, he posted pictures of her half naked, showing her pregnant belly on his actual page for the world to see.
The husband.
So her husband did that. Okay. He posted pictures of her like this. She's also an actress.
Boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, this was her boyfriend, right? Her boyfriend. She's also an actress. So it was like, it wasn't that huge of a deal to the outside looking in. He made it a big deal. It blew up. From there, they started getting into it, having a custody battle. And that's when like the abuse started on both sides, which I believe it was probably on both sides. Because I could see he might smack her. She smacked him. You know, like Kiki from up the street.
Yeah, she from Harvey. She from Harvey world.
She is from up the street. You know what I mean? So it's just, that's why that interview was like.
Yeah, they was beating on each other.
Yeah, they were.
I think the interview is just a way for a PR thing for her to clean up her image. I think
they PR too hard though.
She didn't say anything bad about him. She didn't say anything about him at all.
I mean, that's the best PR move to make.
Mm-hmm. So to shift.
Are you talking about in that instance? Is that what you're talking about? She didn't say nothing bad in that instance?
In that interview.
Yeah.
He said some shit before.
No, but this particular interview, she didn't say anything about him. She ended it by saying what her type is and what she's looking for. So I guess that's letting the world know, hey, I don't deal with him anymore. I'm single and I'm out here. So
was that type believable though, or was that also acting? Because it sounded like probably the exact opposite of what she had been dealing with. No.
Well, he was almost like a Stedman.
Yeah, he's the only one that we've known her to deal with. Though. I mean, like Kiki doesn't have like a vast history of dating publicly I'll say. You know, so we don't know what her type is. He came out of the blue. KeKe was just like pregnant one day, and then we got to meet him. So
I think he's like a personal trainer or something.
Yeah, you know, he came from nowhere. So
he's the
So
brother.
she wants a man that she can control. That's what it sounds like.
The Stedman part sounded like that.
Yeah.
Stedman
She want a man she can control. Okay, shout out to her.
I mean, I guess we can make the same argument about Mariah too. She wanted somebody she can control. You know,
Exactly,
whenever you have that much visibility and money, sometimes it's really hard to be able to find a man that's going to be able to check you. So you got to go dig down a little bit, try to find somebody that you can mold and bring up, and they need me.
And maybe it's not just the control piece, but you got to remain on brand with these women that are like up there. You know what I'm saying? Like it might not be like, I don't want you to be a man, I don't want you to lead, but I do have a brand to protect here too. Buddy fucked the brand up. I never heard anything negative about KeKe until dude. So like that's off brand.
I mean, well, no, she did that to herself though. I mean, when that whole thing with Usher happened, the part that blew me was the fact that women was actually defending it. You know, realistically, if we are in a relationship, you just have my seed, then there's no way in the world why you should be on stage conducting yourself in this manner, all up on this other man that we presumably believe has herpes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're checking off all of the boxes of disrespect right in front of our face. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it was like women was like, oh, she could do this, she could do that, she will. No, man, when you become a mother, when you're in a committed relationship, then no, you can't conduct yourself like that. You got to respect yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you on stage doing this and you all rubbing on them, no, that's disrespectful to our whole household.
Okay. So if that happens, even if you right, everything you saying I agree with, that happens, and KeKe's your woman, are you posting about it? Or are you having a household conversation?
Now that part I agree with, but that goes back to the fact that they was beating on each other, bro. What you think they're gonna do?
KeKe is an entertainer.
It don't matter, man.
A singer, yet it
no,
does.
That don't
that
matter.
Actually does matter. It's
That
not
does not
like
matter.
She was an everyday
that
mojo
does not
out
matter.
here that Usher pulled on the stage and she dancing with him. She's an entertainer. It's just like when Nicki Minaj or Cardi B or
but
Rihanna
she's not that type of artist.
Naked.
She's not that type of artist.
Yeah, she is though. She's a singer. No. She's an actress. She's done multiple different roles. So who's to say what can limit her and what cannot? She was in character, just like she was in character for this interview. She was in character giving the show because Usher put her on stage, and people know KeKe and people know Usher. I don't think that was the time to. I want to add her on the internet.
We know KeKe as a child, actor. She started off as a child actor. You mentioned Cardi B. Cardi B started off as a stripper. Nicki Minaj started off damn near ushered in the whole BBL generation. The women that you're acknowledging are not the same caliber of women that we saw Kiki Palmer be. So no, you cannot say that. That's not respected.
Okay, Sierra, Beyonce. We grew up with them.
Sierra,
they be on stage half naked.
Hey, Alicia Keys and Usher.
Alicia Keys and Usher.
That was disrespectful. But Swiss didn't take it to the gram though. Swiss didn't take it to the gram though.
And I'm not gonna hold
no, man. I can't agree.
I'm not saying these women are right. I'm saying, bro, wrong as hell. If we talking men supposed to be leaders and this and the third, you can't put that on the gram.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I'm with you there for sure. Yeah. But again, that goes back to they was beating on each other, bro.
But that's it. Tell me something about that Alicia Keys and Usher piece. Something. What's your perspective there?
I mean,
that hit the same to me.
I feel like with that piece, just off the strength of Alicia taking, swooping Swiss up, then they just might have that kind of relationship. You know what I'm saying? To where it's cool. You know, they just may have that agreement where it's like, all right, you know, I'm gonna do this when I get on stage, or Swiss damn near might get off by that shit. We don't know if Swiss is the cuck. You know what I'm saying? He was probably going ham on this shit, you know what I'm saying, while it was going on.
Nasty work.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know.
I think.
Well, look, man.
I think entertainers.
Go ahead,
I'm sorry. I think entertainers that deal with each other, it's a difference between an entertainer and a non-entertainer. So I do believe as a woman and you're in a relationship, you do have to conduct yourself in a certain manner. I don't think KeKe had that experience before, because I think I don't know, the guy she used to date, I don't know her history, but I definitely think it's a huge difference between entertainers dating each other versus somebody with a non-entertainer. So we use what's her name, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. They get it. They understand each other. They're both in the entertainment world. KeKe and what's his name, Darius
Jackson, who's quoted as being an actor and fitness instructor. He's just trash. You know?
Okay, but wait,
I
know of his brother being an actor. He was on Insecure.
Correct.
But I never saw Darius in anything before. But I think that dynamic just creates a different type of understanding with each other. And by him going online saying something, that's kind of what sparked everything. I think KeKe was like, hey, I just had this baby. I want to go outside and have fun. I don't think she looked at it like, well, let me go piss him off, you know? So I think you have to know who you're dealing with. We've talked about this before, and I don't know their history as far as beating each other prior to this day at the concert, but that was entertainment in my eyes.
It was.
That wasn't entertainment. Buddy ass at the United Center the other day, he was trying to feed his girl cherries, and he almost got on Usher ass.
Wait,
I don't know about what he's talking about. God damn, that's crazy. But we see a lot of actors who are, I mean, look, Denzel Washington's an actor, and he doesn't do any love scenes. I mean, so we can't sit there and say just because they're a performer or artist or anything, that means we can do what we want to. Look, like Viz says, everything about what she was doing or did, that was totally disrespectful, especially in a relationship. There's no way you got a man and you grinding or let a man grind on you. You wasn't part of the show. You just got made a part of the show because you could have declined and said, "No, Usher, get my girlfriend. She ain't got nobody. I got a man. I ain't trying to mess up what I got." Instead, she was all for it. Look, she's one of those neighborhood hoes, and that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with her being a hoe.
Don't do that. Now all you gotta do is somebody full of
KeKe.
No,
come on.
I mean,
she's
first
queen.
of all, you can pick somebody out of the audience. That stuff I think they do beforehand. They see who's in the audience, who's in the front row. And at the end of the day, Usher is married. So
which that makes it even more disrespectful.
And guess what? She could have turned it away. She could have declined. She could have declined coming on stage. She could have said, "No, I'm good. I'm good, Usher." I know she did because that's that moment. She got that whole mindset, and she was okay with that. To me, like I said, that's disrespectful. If a man gonna sit there and call my woman out of the audience, singing to her, dancing with all selection, that's disrespectful.
So y'all saying y'all didn't see Usher just do that the other night?
Hey, please believe you me.
He just did that the other night at the United Center.
Hold on a second. Y'all wouldn't want your man to be called out in the crowd like Janet Jackson did back in the days.
But it happened. But she did it.
Would you want your man to do that? No, not any man. Would you want your man to do that?
Janet Jackson pulled my man, baby, go get all that magic.
Get the magic, because Janet ain't taking you home.
Hey, look, all right, well, look, this.
Really?
Well, go ahead, Brittany.
It's just like your man going to a strip club.
Like, let
no, that's different. That's different, Ty. I don't know about that. Now, Janet, you gonna get a pass, my boy. But we at the regular strip club with this girl.
The standards are low around here. The standards are low.
Hank, you can try, but we know the men are cheap, so we just know. But
Hey,
all I'm saying
let
is,
Brittany chime in. Let Brittany chime in.
I just want to add, like KeKe knows she has a platform. She knows what type of visibility is on her. So I agree. I think that it was disrespectful because she should have known it was going to go viral or get that amount of attention because of who she is. So I think it was disrespectful.
He created the noise, though.
It
wasn't other people. It was his tweet
It don't
that
matter.
created the
It
narrative.
don't matter, man. That's not
even if she, I mean, you know, like you all said, she just had the baby. She wants to go out and have a good time. Like, you can't do, especially in that light, you can't do what the everyday average person would do. Like, she should have been a little bit more responsible. Or I think I heard somebody say, know your person. Like, if she knows, you know, her guy would be tripping over something like that, then don't do that. Like, why would you?
How would she know that? That's what I'm saying. He had just posted a picture of her half naked on his page.
I mean, I think you know a person's demeanor, like you understand, like,
and grind on Usher though. I'm sure that wasn't in the plan.
What?
Yeah, that's
ladies,
grind on Usher. They were standing forward and Usher singing a song, and he's grinding. She was just standing there like this. It ain't like she bent over in front of him. He dipped her head down and bumped her from the back. None of that
You know
happened.
what she was whining? He grinding on her. He probably getting a hard on. Yeah, everything about this band. Everything.
It's entertainment. It's
Literally.
show.
It happens at every concert.
Hey, man,
It's
y'all.
not like he jumped out of his car and pulled up on KeKe and started grinding on her or it's a part of the show. That's a married man. He's not taking these women home. They're on stage.
We don't know
and
that.
they get
We
off.
don't.
All right, so like, ladies on the panel, like, would you guys go up there? If you guys
No,
didn't,
I wouldn't. I'm not KeKe. I'm not an entertainer, though.
Okay.
You don't gotta be.
Yeah, I'm dating somebody, so I wouldn't want to disrespect my person. But if
it's okay for her to disrespect him.
If I was an entertainer and that's what I did for a living, yes, I would go up there. Yes, I would do that because my man would already know this is my lifestyle. This is what we do. I'm going to put myself out there to get more attention, to get more followers, to get more, you know, clout or whatever. This is a viral moment for KeKe and Usher to be on stage because we know who KeKe and Usher is. Don't nobody know who Ty is. What I'm going up there for? It doesn't give me anything but problems. It makes her more money.
Hey, look here.
Hey,
hold on, this.
Go ahead.
Back in the days, there used to be a guy, a wrestler called the $1 Million Man. He said everybody has a price. So it sounds like you have a price, Ty.
It sounds like I got a price.
That's basically what you just said.
That if I was an entertainer like KeKe,
yes, ma'am,
Beyonce,
yes, ma'am,
somebody who
you have
dances and does like this
you
for
have
a living,
price.
my price would be what I'm getting paid.
Doing it for you're doing it for the attention.
KeKe gets paid.
You're doing it for
this.
attention.
That's
your
job.
price. Your price is the attention.
It's her job, y'all.
That's not a job. That's not her job, man.
Entertainment is her job.
But that's not her job. Her job is not to get on stage and dance on another man while she has a man at home.
She created a whole song with Usher in the song and made money off of that one viral moment.
She could have did that without doing that, though.
He created.
Let me tell you what she topped him off later that night. That's why she got that song. She topped him off.
You talking about she topped him off? She did not.
I just haven't seen of all the footage that I've seen from the Usher concerts. I ain't never seen him try to bring somebody on stage that said no.
No, never have you. Never.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You would go though. That's what I'm saying. You would go.
I would not go. I would not go. I'm not on that cover to be like, yes, I'm about to go up there. They said, no, I gained nothing from it other than issues. That's all I'm saying. In my reality, I'm not going to gain anything but issues from it.
It's tired. She gained issues from
right
it,
up on stage though, right?
She shouldn't have gained issues from it. That's my whole point. She should not have gained issues from it. I don't understand what his issue is. And that's the problem in her dating somebody who doesn't understand her lifestyle.
That's an issue.
Because Jay-Z would never.
He found that to be disrespectful.
Well,
He
well,
found
look,
that to be
okay. So let's flip it then. Like, do you think Beyonce would have went up there?
hell
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
If
I
Beyonce
think
had
Beyonce would
a
have
song,
already been up there. They
Love
would
in
have
this
did a whole
club,
little
goddamn
ballad
it.
together. What do you mean? Yeah.
Y'all forgot they performed together, right? Already, they already
They
did.
did Love in this club.
Beyonce and
Right. Like, come on. Grinding on them.
I think if Beyonce had a song that was written and produced, and Usher had a
Nah, don't
show,
tell him. Nah, don't
he
tell
called
him
her up.
yourself.
I think if Beyonce had a song that was written and produced already,
did that
and
show with
Usher
Timmy.
was in town, and Beyonce was in the audience, yes, she would go up there for marketing purposes. That's what entertainers do.
That's what they do. Y'all acting like this is something new. Come on now. That's
Well,
all I'm saying.
well,
Let's
look,
not
this
do
this
that.
is the thing. This is the thing, though. So we acknowledge that if he was actually in the industry, then there may be a pass. But what we do know is that he's not in the industry, right? So at the end of the day, it's disrespectful. At the end of the day, to the average man that's not in the industry, he doesn't understand that he now has to see his woman be viral and grinding, slow grinding on Usher and all this other shit. That for a man is going to irk him in a certain type of way. We don't know if one of his boys damn near sent them, you know what I'm saying, sent them the message like, man, look at KeKe, what KeKe on, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This that could have easily triggered him to where it's like, damn, what is she doing? And I got the baby at the crib. But you know, there's a lot of other things that could have played a part. And I want to say we had just talked about this on one of the other shows of where men are territorial. So if you on stage and you grinding all on this man, that again, we just found out that the nigga got herpes, he cracking big, you know what I'm saying, BBWs. You know what I'm saying? We already just found out all of this stuff about Usher.
Oh, Usher. Okay, I thought you were talking about Kiki.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Usher. We just found all this stuff about Usher.
That's irrelevant on them just dancing.
It's not irrelevant. It's not irrelevant.
It's disrespectful, but you can't crash out over that shit, bro. You can't crash out.
I'm saying it from a male's perspective. You can acknowledge it from your own perspective. That's fine. She
was KeKe before he came into her life. Because he's around, she's not supposed to be Kiki Palmer anymore. No,
she's not supposed to. She's not supposed to
be out there disrespecting this man. That's what she's not supposed to be doing.
How am I disrespecting you when you just posted a naked picture, dang near naked picture of me for the internet to see? I'm fully clothed.
So posting a picture is different from grinding on a man.
Hold on, his post didn't
come on,
say.
You know better. You even said you wouldn't do it.
His post did not say he had a problem with her dancing with him. His post was up. He was upset because he said her booty cheeks was out in her outfit. Yet you just posted my booty cheeks and my boobs and everything else.
I gotta see the picture, man. I don't.
You have to look at the post.
And booty cheeks might not be the only thing out back later that night, for all we know. Again, booty cheeks might not be the only thing out later on that night.
I think he felt insecure once the video was released and his friends start commenting on it. I think all types of people start DMing him, tweeting him, and everything. I think that's what made him feel insecure. That's what.
And is his insecurity her problem?
No, it's not.
But it's her fault, though.
Hold on,
he criticized her outfit. He didn't say anything about grinding or dancing. It was about her outfit.
Yes, it's about her clothes.
I mean, that's even worse. That's even worse.
She's
okay, well, maybe it's good that they're not together. Maybe she could find a more secure man that understands her as an entertainer, and they can move forward and thrive together.
She want a Steve Urkel so that she can go out and wear whatever the fuck she want, and she can grind on whoever she want to, and that can go viral, and he can just be okay with it.
Well, at least she was honest about what she wants.
Yeah,
I mean that's fair. That's fair.
We don't know that for sure either. That could be all an act.
Well, that's what
right.
She
y'all did just say that wasn't all. Y'all did just say that all looked like an act. So
do y'all feel like if she had the chance to do it again, she would do the same thing, wear the same thing, and
Hell
go up
yeah.
there, or would she not go up there if she had the
She
chance
gonna
to do
bust
it
it
all over
all the way
again?
down.
I think she'll do it all
Next
again.
time she said, I might as well get my money's worth next time.
Let me look at this outfit.
If she gonna stand on it, my thing is, it's one thing.
Kelly, than anything you see regular girls wearing. Like literally, the outfit wasn't
Regular
like,
girls.
God.
No,
Yeah,
hey,
that's what I'm
Ty,
saying. Like,
Ty,
she
we
at
gotta
least an entertainer.
Ty, we gotta regulate what's regular girls now, because
Every
regular
day
girls
the
is
outfit.
out wearing.
That was the outfit, y'all. Come on.
That's the outfit that he shared.
That he was upset about.
Right.
This
Well, I'm
is
talking
the
about the
outfit she
I'm
wore
talking
to the
about the
Usher
outfit that he
concert.
posted. I'm talking about
No,
the outfit he
she
posted.
she didn't have no clothes on.
What
She
She
was
didn't have any clothes
like
on.
maternity
She was
shoot.
pregnant.
It was a maternity,
Yeah,
right?
and she was topless.
That's
She said
different.
that he
That's
was-
what? Ty, come on, man. A maternity shoot.
That's a little
You
different.
tripping,
G.
man.
That's a
Now
little
you reaching.
different.
You
You
tripping,
reaching,
Ty.
man. You reaching.
That's a
It's
little
always
different.
a double standard.
I
Because
understand
had
you
she
got
posted
this.
that on her
You
own
love
page,
Kiki.
it would be a problem.
You love Kiki.
If
Ty.
she
We
posted
know.
that same picture on her own page, it'd be an issue.
But if
But
you
Kelly posted
post
it on his
yourself,
page.
if you post yourself and it's a maternity picture, and you got the you're showing the essence of a woman, and what the bam, you got the boobs covered, you got the stomach out, and then 2 years later you do that same exact pose and you don't have no baby in your stomach, niggas gonna be like, yo, what you on, shorty? This is inappropriate. Your man, right?
That's something
That like a
completely
maternity suit is like sacred and appropriate and like a celebration. That's about the baby. But I feel what you're saying. Like the outfit ain't crazy. The nigga can't crash out in public, dog. She can't disrespect in public. The nigga
And he
can't
crash
react
out.
and crash out in public,
Yeah,
bro.
you need
Man,
to
no,
talk to me at
Calvin,
the
don't give her
crib.
that, man.
I got to give her that, bro, because as men, we gotta lead. If your woman was being disrespectful, let's say by having a work husband, and you found out about it, and nobody else knew except y'all three, you're not finna take that shit to the internet. You finna take that shit to that nigga or that chick. So you can't take it to the net, bro. Even if she did it in public.
Though. Everybody knew about it. Everybody was talking about it.
I'm saying she bogus as hell for the public disrespect. I agree with that part. But as men, we gotta respond, not react.
No, I'm with you there on the way that he respond. I'm just talking about you agreeing with Ty. No, we can't do that, man.
Oh shit, man. Hey, I agree with True.
No, man. Hey,
True.
no.
I don't know, bro.
God damn it,
The
we gotta
women made
put
some
our
good
foot
points tonight,
down.
and so did the men.
We gotta put our foot down. Men, let's stand together. We in this bitch.
This is not a gender war. This is not a gender war.
I got some good points though.
But Ty, this is the problem. You sit there and said it would be disrespectful to your man. You wouldn't do it, but it's okay for this heifer to do it.
I'm not an entertainer.
Man,
I don't
double
dance on
standard.
stages and
God
skimpy outfits
damn.
for a living.
So I guess the
That's not my
question.
job.
What's your ID? Let's see if you're an entertainer.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So I know KeKe is an entertainer, but has she been actively entertaining since she's been married and having a child? I mean,
She's not married.
Okay, she wasn't married. Okay.
She had a boyfriend, and yes, she was. She was hosting different MTV awards. She was doing different things. She was doing multiple things while being pregnant, before, after. She never stopped working.
Right, but that may be a different level of entertainment for him, and that's why I think communication is important. I'm not really sure if they ever had a conversation about expectations, right? Because if she is an entertainer, it would almost seem as though they would have an understanding. It's like, look, when I go out to events, how do you feel when I do this? And then, boom, he already knew what to expect. But if he was blindsided by this, and it could be a form of insecurity, but I think she still needs to have a level of respect for her man, and a discussion needed to be had. I do think he crashed out and went public with it and made it even worse, made him look bad. I think it should have been a conversation he should have had with her. If he felt some type of way, then moving forward, it can be corrected. But I'm not really sure what understanding they had. Now, if she's just doing what she want to do and just being reckless, because some people may look at it as being reckless. He may not want her out there like that. He may have some limits. Maybe he has expressed it to her. It just hasn't came out yet. We don't know that, but communication needs to be had. If we can take anything away from the situation, communicate with your significant other as far as expectations. Then that way it'll be less misunderstandings and y'all on the same page. Or it needs to happen before the child. Because if you have some woman that wants to be wild like that and that's not the page that you want, then you don't need to be with her. and then vice versa. If you want to be out there and this guy can't handle the level of attention that you get or your wild side, so to speak, then y'all don't need to be together.
And insecurities don't have to, I mean, boundaries don't have to be insecurities. He might just have boundaries.
Yeah.
Now, where was this nigga before she left the crib?
Yeah.
You ain't see her get dressed, nigga?
She was out in Vegas.
was in
and so it was a
Vegas,
girl.
though.
Okay. I'm so like, bro.
That's even worse.
Tell her go change.
Hey, that's
Well,
even
I think
worse.
some men, I think some men have because I've seen where women dress differently when they go to certain cities. Like it's a different dress code between Chicago and Miami, Chicago and Vegas. And also concerts, women do have a certain attire that they put on. Now you do have some modest women who are married and they're very conservative. They're going to be conservative no matter what, whether it's an Usher concert, church, around a family. But then that's why you got to have an understanding of the woman that you're dealing with so that you can see if this is something that you want to deal with for the rest of your life. Because some women may keep that same mentality and mindset throughout their entire life, well into their 50s and 60s, where they're going to still dress sexy, they're going to still show them legs, they're going to still show them titties. And you got to be okay with that. If not, then you need to be with that person.
Yeah, Jay, I just said they're going to be old school hoes. That's all. They're going to be old school hoes.
Kiki Palmer is not a hoe.
At all, honey. Slow down. Come on.
Dang.
You got a whole complex. What's going on?
Now you love Kiki to the death. I see you gonna fight for her today.
She's a young
Because
lady
she's
who grew
not.
up
She's just
in
not
the
one of them.
industry,
Like, we're not gonna do
and
that.
she's figuring it out. Okay, she's still living and learning. She's a new mother. I mean, come on, let's give her a break. You can't be so hard on the home.
Hey.
He's gonna break his foot off in the ass.
Kelly, how does that work? We're allowed to give her grace, but we can't give my man for crashing out no grace. We talking bad about him for doing that.
No,
bullshit.
because
We
he's
gotta
building
give her
up an
grace.
empire that was already built. You came
Well,
into this already built, functioning engine, and you want to do the most online. You can wait till I get home. Give me a call.
I mean, because that was kind of lame. Like, why are you going to the internet?
Okay, Ty and Kelly, just to be fair, right? I'm not choosing sides, but men, and I've even heard some women, I think Brittany agreed that she could have created the problem as well, as far as going on stage, doing the most with it, right? I mean, she still had a choice. You can make the argument. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but she could have stirred the pot, and him crashing out just added on to it. It all depends on how you're looking at it and the person's perception on how they're looking at it.
Well, I'm looking at it from a perspective of, being in the entertainment industry. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at it like
but entertainment but that doesn't mean that that's entertainment to him. Like you guys are making it to be.
Who cares? He don't sign her checks.
If you come,
I
just want to ask something, y'all. I've been quiet.
Child. Come on,
tell us how you really feel, Ty.
Randy, go ahead, Randy.
You have to understand who they're with. I mean, he did this with other entertainers. I think I saw him do it with Taraji P. Henson.
Yes,
and
he's
some
done
other
it with
people.
multiple
This is just his show. It's
Ain't
just
she
his
single?
show.
She's single though. She's single though.
He dealing with Halle Bailey. That's who y'all
single
that's
too.
what Calvin was talking about earlier. Halle
Taraji
Bailey, he tried to put the cherry in her mouth.
Single.
Kiki wasn't single
It
though.
might be why they all single, because
she
they
married?
get the mindset. They got these whole ass mindset. They don't want that kind of act right now.
Married, because I don't remember her being married.
But
So every man that went on stage with Janet Jackson back in the day should have got a divorce.
Well,
All
Usher
they
probably
wives
has
should
an
have divorced
understanding. Usher probably has an understanding with his wife, and that's what I'm saying. She's okay with it. She's
No,
okay
I'm
with
saying
going
the
out and
wives
everything.
of the men who went on the stages back in the day for Destiny's Child, for Janet Jackson. They had their legs on them. They rubbing their body on. Janet used to do the most.
Yeah, and they
All of
probably
them
called
shoulda got a
hell
divorce.
when they got home.
They all should have got a divorce.
They
Is that what
probably
we're saying? We all should have left those men should have been left.
They probably caught hell when they got home.
Should they have been left? Is the question.
conversation
Yes,
we
when
had.
they got home. Not
No,
for
I'm
the
saying
whole
she need to
world
be
to
had.
see. The woman ain't coming there wanting to do the most. They didn't
No,
leave
I'm not.
them.
No,
We had
I'm not
some
saying
words.
like I'm not saying that they should get a divorce, but if the woman didn't like that, then I think a conversation needed to be had, and they
A
should have had it,
conversation between those two.
and they should have had an understanding as far as expectations and how you conduct yourself out there. It shouldn't matter if you're in the entertainment business or not. You got to
That's
set,
unrealistic.
if you have some boundaries, it needs to be said up front, and especially if you're entertaining. Like if men on the panel was to date entertainers, we understand what come with that, and then we need to be able to say, hey, I want to talk about expectations. You know, this is what I expect for my woman to do. Are you cool with that? And if she's cool with that, then y'all move forward. Because and then vice versa, if somebody's in the entertainment business, it's going to be a different level of attention that they're going to get, and not everybody can deal with that. So it could be somebody that's probably could be a party promoter. You know, Calvin, you could be sitting there promoting it. The whole city know you. And every time you go out, they're coming all on you or something like that, and you and your lady got to have a talk about it to see if it's okay, if she cool with that.
In Ty's example, I feel like if that understanding was, hey, I go to strip clubs, you know, I throw money, I get lap dance with the bim, and then Janet pulls me on stage, you already know what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Because nigga, if I can get a lap dance from a nobody, I'm definitely getting one from Janet. But if it's a totally different, man, we already had a discussion, we don't move like that with the bim, and then you get selected. Now that's a different proposition. But shit was good in the strip club situation, and that's all that's happening on the stage. I ain't going home with Janet. She ain't actually, let me fuck on her. So I'm gonna take that lap dance, and Shorty just gonna have to watch.
So I mean, it seems like it's okay for men to behave in a certain
It's always
manner, but
like
it's
the
not
double
okay
standard.
for women.
No. I'm not saying
It's
that.
not,
What
but
I'm saying is, if
no
our
man has
understanding in our relationship is that I go to strip clubs, I let motherfuckers give me lap dance with the bam. If I get the opportunity to get a lap dance from Beyonce, from Rihanna, from Janet Jackson, come on, man. If I was letting Stacey give me a lap dance, Diamond give me a lap dance, I'm definitely taking it from these motherfuckers.
If
So like, I
a
think
woman
Calvin,
said
like I think
Kiki's lifestyle is like that. Like Kiki's lifestyle,
right,
might
that's
be,
her life.
I'm out
So
with this. But no, I agree with you, I agree with Calvin. Like, okay, if my lifestyle is I'm an entertainer and that involves supporting other entertainers at their show, being a part of it, doing the things that make their show also be good, that's part of my entertainment. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, but Kiki was in a movie called Hustlers before this. It was a stripper movie. So like she's in the entertainment business,
But
and it wasn't off the
she's not
table for
that
her
type of
not being in.
entertainer though, man.
But
Hustlers, she was.
Have you ever seen Hustlers, Viz?
Hustlers, she was. It was
Have
her,
you?
J-Lo, it was Cardi B, it was all of them.
And on top of that, my thing is like, so Hustlers was one of the movies. It was really good. But all I'm saying is like that's what she does. And if he not what he wasn't ready for that, then like you just
why were
wasn't
you
ready
with
for
her?
Hey,
Kiki.
yo.
You wasn't ready for Kiki.
Hustlers is a good piece of evidence, dog.
I
In
ain't
Hustlers, she was
seen it.
not
You
naked,
ain't
but
seen
she
it.
was just like a
You got a
stripper.
different perception.
listen. Like the only thing that I'm saying is have the conversation so there's no misunderstanding. If you look for a solution, let KeKe can be the entertainer all her life. Just had a conversation with the person that you with, whether y'all in an exclusive, serious relationship or marriage, and y'all can eliminate a lot of problems. Then that way it won't be no damn surprise because you already know what that person expects.
Yeah,
but I just
Hey,
can't see a personal
let me
trainer
say
come
this
in
real
telling you
quick.
what you expect of my entertainment business.
Wait,
Like,
hold on.
I've been doing this.
And she
Right,
got,
peep this.
right, because if you marry somebody, then it's going to be you and that person, so you have to factor that person in. Like I'm
gonna factor you in, but your expectations shouldn't change my day to day at work. Like me working in IT, they not gonna say, "Well, I really don't want you traveling every couple of months to go see your TA, so you don't want me to work.
So
you don't want me to be in my field."
I'm not telling him to tell her what to do. He's just only saying, I'm not too fond of this. This is what I don't like. So she's going to make a decision herself whether this is something that she wants to do. She may say, hey, the conversation we had earlier, I know you say you don't like that, but I'm an entertainer and this is what I want to do. Then he has to make a decision from that point on. So I understand the whole controlling aspect of how some men may be controlling, but there's nothing wrong with saying this is what I like and what I don't like. I don't think people do enough of that because then you can eliminate again. If you're trying to eliminate a lot of problems so that there's no misunderstandings on the back end, you should be able to have a mature conversation and say, You should be able to ask questions and not have to fear of being labeled insecure or, you know, you over the top or you're trying to control me. I do think that there are some words that you have to phrase it a certain type of way because it can come off as being controlling. And I know a lot of women fear when a man is trying to hold them back from doing something. You know, like Nick, Nick Cannon could have had a conversation with if he was mature enough and had the experience, and with Mariah say, hey, I feel a certain type of way, but he probably didn't know how to have that conversation. And so instead of having a conversation with it, he just said, fuck it, I'm out.
I don't think the conversation was had though. Prior to that concert, I don't think they had that discussion. But I think she found out when he posted, you know, his.
I would think for him to go to the extreme of posting it on social media that they probably did have that conversation. Now, also let me state this. Let's flip it.
I think we might be assuming on that one, man, because we know some men out here that just.
Well, no, that's fair. That's fair. But from what we do know is that they had a fairly toxic relationship. Somebody they were in the comments saying that the day after, Shorty went and made a shirt about it. So if that's the type of time that y'all on, then this just may be an extremely toxic.
It just kind of shows maybe she didn't respect him, because if she doing all that shit, the respect was gone a long time ago.
Right.
And he should have. I'm not saying he should have, but it's unfortunate that he wasn't able to see that on the front end, because he could have eliminated a lot of.
So, but now let me point this out real quick. On the flip side, so when Chance the Rapper was wherever he was at the carnival or whatever, and he got the dancing on the chick, he caught all the backlash possible. Nobody defended that, but yet he's an entertainer, he's a rapper at that, which puts him even more in the category of where that is going to be the norm of what women are going to be doing with it. And
but his wife didn't say anything. Everybody else could say whatever they want to. His wife didn't say anything. She didn't make a big deal, so it doesn't affect his life. I think that's what we're getting confused with.
But they're divorced now.
He divorced his ass. She ain't have to say nothing.
Yeah, they
served his
divorced
ass.
now.
I agree with
divorced
that.
now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know they got divorced.
He's back in the
I know they
streets.
divorced, but they're split. So
I know he was just on the west side not too long ago, but I didn't know they got it.
You're the divorce scene.
Yeah,
That's a very good point, Viz.
Ty,
I don't know if the divorce is
it went
fine.
viral. She didn't say anything, but then about a week later or something like that, he filed for divorce.
Yeah,
Just like Kiki's boyfriend should have did.
That's all I'm saying. Like, it shouldn't have been something
they weren't
that
married,
the
so
world
they
had to
Yeah,
see.
they weren't
Should have
married.
pieced out
Brought
though.
everybody into their family. And if you're gonna peace out quietly. Do that, at home. Just
I feel you, Ty. You standing 10 toes down.
Hey,
you ain't
Ty,
shit, man. Ty, you ain't shit, man.
The men are holding my guy accountable for him crashing out like a lame ass dude. But y'all are not holding that woman accountable for being disrespectful to that man in that relationship. I don't understand. And Ty, you even said yourself, I would.
Because we're assuming. We are assuming that she was being disrespectful in the relationship. I stand on my point that she was an entertainer.
Chance was disrespectful. Shorty was disrespectful.
That is my opinion. She is an entertainer, and entertainers move differently. We know this.
Yeah, we are assuming because we're assuming that they've had the conversation, that she understood what the boundaries were. And if she moved forward doing what she did, knowing that he would feel disrespected, then yeah. But we don't know if they had that conversation.
We don't know if Chance and his wife had a conversation.
But we know she didn't blast that man.
To see how they was dancing on each other and she was saying it all in his face and being all lovely-dovey, that's disrespectful. She got a whole man. I mean, there's no way I would be okay with my wife doing all that shit.
Singing the Usher
song. How you said you wouldn't do it because it's disrespectful to your man. But now you say it's okay because she's an entertainer. That's a weak excuse, Ty.
You gotta come off that. You gotta come off that.
I can't.
This nigga Chance.
I'm willing to that on.
This nigga Chance got a whole song called Juke Jam. He a dancing ass, rapping ass nigga. What you think he gonna do in a party, at a festival, at that. Nigga, you gonna juke on
Who a
something.
dancing rapper? Chance ain't never been a dancing person. He was
That
never on
motherfucker,
stage doing
hey,
all
that
grams and
motherfucker,
stuff. He
hey,
never
no,
did
no,
it.
no, no,
He
no.
never did it.
No,
So
stop
his
it, bro.
at a festival
Them
doing
motherfuckers come from that D-Lo era, dog. They come from that
Hey.
D-Lo era, that juke jam era, dog.
I ain't
Don't
never
do
seen,
that.
Right.
hey, like I ain't never
Yes,
seen
we
Chance
do.
laid out.
We come
Hey,
from that era,
I
and
ain't
he
never
was
seen
not
Chance
doing
laid out like that. The way he was getting rolled on it with that chicken Rodney. I'm like,
Man,
oh
because
please,
Lapeef
bro.
Chance ain't never.
That motherfucker bop to the
He
left
was
all
doing
day,
no, he
bro.
didn't. He was doing that's all he did. He didn't dance.
He ain't do juke jam. He ain't used to roll it direct.
Feel person.
He ain't used to roll it direct.
He ain't
Stop.
do all of that. Cut it out. We not finna do that. We
Stop.
not gonna do that.
Stop.
That was not him.
Stop.
So, okay, wait. So let me ask you all this, guys. If you all were at a concert, if it was Beyonce, Megan Good, I don't know, Tiana Taylor, somebody like that, some sexy, appealing performer,
J-Lo.
and you left your baby mama, wife, girlfriend, or whatever at home, and you went to that concert, and one of those women pulled you up on the stage, are you gonna say, nope, I can't do it, I'm not doing it?
Me and my wife had a talk if this is beyond her boundaries.
Yeah, we talked about this before the concert.
We talked about it.
I personally would not. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't go to the concert, or you?
I would go to the
concert.
I'll go to the concert, but I ain't getting on stage, and you know what I'm saying. I ain't doing all of that. Nah, I'm straight. There was this one.
Hold on, Vic. Let everybody else.
My bad.
You have these stories.
Right.
You know, I'll dive in, man. I'm finna go refill.
The whole story.
Your favorite performer is performing. Would you go on stage if she pulled you up there?
So, in my opinion, if my shorty is at the crib and she know I'm going to the Tiana Taylor concert, Tiana Taylor is known for snatching niggas and bringing them on stage. Before I leave, and if I get picked tonight, I'm on that shit. That's the conversation.
Exactly.
That's the conversation.
You know you're going, but it's okay for
I'll
men
pass.
to do it. It's not disrespectful.
Well, I don't think all the
It
men
don't matter if it's a man or a woman. If y'all have the conversation and agree.
I know
Okay,
y'all
even
agree
if
with
you
him.
didn't have the
All the
conversation.
rest of the men didn't answer yet.
Pink, go ahead.
Pink.
This is without the conversation.
I'm saying
This is just freestyling. You live in your life. Y'all didn't have a conversation.
Not if that's not how I move, then no. If that's not how I move, then no. If I'm a Tiana Taylor fan and I'm on that, we had a conversation, hell yeah.
Let me answer, man. So my answer is no. I wouldn't do that.
Okay, you're not going on stage.
I could
No,
believe
ma'am, I'm not.
I could believe he's not gonna get on the stage.
Oh, you think I'm gonna get on the stage? Ty, you ain't shit, Ty.
Viz,
Damn. I was
I'll 5'8"
on the street, man.
him.
Hey, Ty, I like you for a minute. You was on the street. You ain't shit today.
You was in the middle, Viz. You in the middle. But I know he ain't getting on stage. Calvin definitely going on the stage.
Go on stage.
Yes, and I would have the proactive conversation. I would have a proactive conversation too. Hey,
Calvin ain't having a conversation.
I'm in. I'm gonna be respectful.
If the woman knows you are a Tiana Taylor fan and she knows that Tiana Taylor be snatching niggas, those
we
are
gonna have talked about it
without conversation.
It wasn't no conversation,
going.
Raimi. He said he gonna say a statement. You know I'm getting on the stage.
Yeah, that's the conversation.
That's a statement.
He letting it be known.
He said, "I'd rather ask for apology than ask for forgiveness." That's what he said.
That's what Calvin.
What he say?
Yeah, he said, "I read."
Lapeef, what you doing?
Okay, next
No,
call.
I'm not hopping on stage.
You not getting on stage?
Out of respect for your woman, or just because it's out of your character?
Right.
It'll be out of respect for, well, I would say character. I mean, I don't see myself doing it, but also out of respect for the woman. You know, if we hadn't had a comment, if that's not me, similar to what Calvin said, if that's not how I typically roll, I'm laid back, chill. So I'm not at the parties. I'm wilding out anyway. But even if the opportunity was there, I still think it'd be disrespectful, at least if I ain't have a conversation with her, because I always had this thing where which side of the spectrum I want to be on. That's a little bit on the risky side because I don't know what the outcome could be. So I'd rather play it safe and at least have a conversation.
Well, in this day and age, people go by that saying YOLO. Okay. So they feel like, hey, this is the only time this is ever gonna happen. I know I'm not going home with this person. It's fun. I'm living my life.
But to me, they just humans. They just regular folks. I don't ever put nobody on the pedestal like that where I have to go do this shit. Like,
yeah, I understand.
Just they regular folks. Tiana Taylor, Beyonce, Kevin Samuels, all the people. They just regular folks to me.
Hey, especially if Tiana been on stage, she been performing for an hour and she pulled me up there, she want to dance on me. You know what I'm saying? And I get up there and that thing stinks. Hey, that's gonna fuck up my whole. That's gonna fuck up my whole understanding.
It's gonna ruin the fantasy. It's gonna ruin the fantasy.
You're gonna be sniffing.
I'm getting on that stage. That's on brand for me though. But I'm having that conversation out of all respects. You know,
we know.
I can go.
Yeah, like I just see
Calvin getting on that stage.
Sure,
pick me.
He gonna put his arm up, right?
I don't give a fuck. See?
You get for sure.
You know, motherfuckers be in it too. You know, motherfuckers get on stage and they be in it. You would think they're part of the act.
Yes.
like Calvin
that literally happened to me. I got picked to come on stage to do the grand finale of a luau.
Yeah, they pick people first before they even go up there. They don't just randomly say you. They're gonna ask those people before they even go up on stage to see if it's okay. So they're getting selected prior to the actual, performance.
So you think KeKe she was asked about coming on there prior?
Yeah, you knew KeKe was gonna be there.
I mean, we did talk about how she wrote a song and all this other stuff about it, right? I'm sure that was done before the performance. It's part of the marketing, the branding. Like,
wait, wasn't her song a reactionary song? Or which song?
It was a reactionary song,
but it was probably
it came out real fast, real quick with a whole video.
Freestyle, 16 bars, nigga. What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, y'all. Let me get through these super chats. Symptoms $10 says I have 87% first day smash at the least second date, and I'll buy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If they want to connect again, we can. If not, go separate ways.
That's why
Matthews gifted 5 Lapeef memberships. Salute to you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Dale Matthews. And Big Ant, $11, $10. Not the only one.
Okay, Big Ed, you ain't got to do that. Don't do KeKe like that.
Hey, Ty, you ain't shit, man.
Why am I shit? Why I gotta not be shit? This because I'm rather for KeKe. That's crazy. That's crazy.
She from up the street.
Hey, the fact that you saying that I ride for KeKe, that is crazy. I mean, god damn, Ty.
That's crazy. I don't understand.
Hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We out.